Testing, testing, testing. How do you sound over there?
You sound just fine, sir. Do I sound a little too loud to you?
No, you do not.
Awesome, blossom.
Sound good on my end.
Good,
we're going to test here. We're going to make sure that we've got, usually we're on about a 1 to 2 minute delay, so we want to talk here just a little bit before we start our intro to make sure that everything sounds good before we get up and running. So we're testing mics here.
I'm going to start off with Chloe Jones.
Okay, I'm going to test one more time. We are going to test our mics. Testing 1, 2, 3. Sound like we were blasting just a little bit loud. So I'm going to test here just a few minutes.
Rebound.
Make sure that everything is going good before we start.
Shot is good. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Sounds weird. Nothing yet. Remember over in this part we got a little poor service sometimes.
All right, we may still be blasting a little bit. If we are, I'll turn us down just a little bit more when we get up and running here shortly, but we're going to go ahead and get started with our intro. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Nomart Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Lady Cardinal basketball here from beautiful, loving New Mexico. I'm Jimmy Jones alongside Rosendo Caballero and Charlie Fairbrush on camera duty. So we got the full team in effect here today. This evening, the 9-5, number 8 ranked Eunice Lady Cardinals will face off against Southeastern New Mexico foe and District 4 2A opponent Loving. Loving enters tonight's game with an 8-5 and number 19 2A state ranking. Very similar record, but a completely different spot in the overall polls. Eunice enters this game coming off of 2 great wins against 2 top 10 competition teams. They beat Tatum in their district opener, and then they turned around and beat a very tough Dora team this past Saturday. And not only did they beat them 54-34. A Dora team that had wins over Tatum, Mesilla Valley, Jal, and many others. A Dora team that was very tough, and for Eunice to come out and handle them was very impressive. They had also lost, Dora had also lost very competitive games to 1A powerhouse Logan and Melrose. They also played an extremely close game to top 5 ranked 2A Clayton, a very tough and well-respected team in the 2A division. So it kind of gives Eunice an idea where they stand. In that Dora game, the Lady Cards were missing several players due to either COVID protocol or other illness-related issues. Senior Denise Rangel was out. Junior Jasmine Martinez was out. Both players typically play big minutes for the Lady Cardinals, and I do notice they are here warming up today. Against Dora, Eunice looked a little lost early before getting things under control. They eventually cruised to a victory. Alina Rodriguez led all scorers with 13 points. She hit 3 threes in that game, Chloe Jones had 12 points and hit 2 threes. Caitlin Parsons chipped in 10 points. Kiki Parker added 8 points. Bella Garrett grabbed 10 rebounds. Caitlin Parsons 9 rebounds respectively in that game. Chloe Jones and Alina Rodriguez each had 5 assists. Jones also snatched 4 steals to lead the Lady Cards in that department. Parsons added 4 blocks. She was the leader on the block side. For the season, Alina Rodriguez leads all scorers with 174 points on the season.
Wow.
She's averaging almost 13 points per game. She's made 34 threes on the season. That's top 10 in all classes in the state of New Mexico. She's also number 1 currently in 2A girls basketball in the entire state in three-pointers made. Chloe Jones is second in scoring with 126 points scored on the season. She's averaging right at 9 points per game. She also has a team-leading 39 field goals for the season. Jones leads the team in free throws made at 29, assists at 40, and steals with 77. She's number 1 in 2A girls basketball in steals in the state right now. She's number 2 overall in the entire state in steals per the season. Caitlin Parsons leads the team in rebounds with 69. She's averaging 8.6 rebounds per game. She has done that in almost half the games played by the rest of the team. For Loving, they come into this game with a very good record. However, what has hurt them is they play numerous games against JV opponents. In fact, almost half of their schedule this year has been against JV teams. Even though those JV teams may be tougher than some varsity teams, they do absolutely nothing for your team in the Max Preps rankings, in your strength of schedule. They don't count at all. And if you beat them, it doesn't count toward the positives. If you lose to them, it counts on the losing side, so it's a negative. So playing those JV teams, even though they may be tough, I mean, you know, Carlsbad, Hobbs, Clovis, Roswell, Artesia, all those teams around here have fantastic JV programs, but it's very difficult for a coach to want to schedule those teams because it does nothing for your overall ranking in Max Preps. And whether you like it or not, as I've mentioned before, Max Preps carries a big yes. stick, a lot of weight when it comes to those rankings at the end of the year.
That is so true.
For this team, senior Maddie Cooksey is the workhorse for the Lady Falcons. She's averaging 14 points and 12 rebounds a game. She's physical, she's strong, she plays just about every position on the floor, even the point guard. Junior Catherine Montoya is averaging 7 points a game. She also leads the team in steals and assists. Paris Rodriguez is averaging 6 points per game and over 3 steals per game. Faith McDonald is averaging 9 rebounds per game. This Loving team has a lot of size, and make no mistake, this team is tough, they're very physical, and a trait that sometimes frustrates our Lady Cardinal team. They don't always like that rough, tough, and I'm hoping we can all keep our heads and play well tonight. These two teams met early in the season in the JAL Tournament Championship. Eunice won that game by 18 points. However, that was before all the COVID, all the illnesses, all the other things going on. It was also before this Lady Cardinal team had Caitlin Parsons included in the roster. On paper, this should be a great matchup. I believe the key, once again, is going to be turnovers. If Eunice can limit the turnovers, they have a great chance to be successful here. They must also limit the second and third opportunity chances for this large, physical Lady Falcon team. So that's kind of my 2 cents for what we've got going here in our pregame. Any thoughts, Rosendo?
I believe that since the Lady Cardinals are starting to shoot the ball well on all different directions, and we have most of the team back, the former starters with Denise Rangel and a few other ones not to mention, it's going to make a big difference tonight if we can get back to that same chemistry as we've had the last couple of games without them. And it's going to be a tough district game playing here in Loving. It's always a tough crowd, too. So hopefully the ladies came up and ready to play some tough basketball.
Yeah, it's. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think chemistry is the word. You know, it's so hard when you have, especially starters that are coming in and out of the roster. They play this week, they don't play next week, and COVID has done that to all of us. It's not just Eunice. I mean, it's everybody. But it's hard to get that rhythm and knowing where people are going to be, who's cutting where.
Correct.
You've got my back if I step out and guard this position. All of those things hurt teams when they're not used to who's playing where. And, Denise Rangel is an excellent player. She's a starter for this team. She's a leader for the team. But she's been missing now off and on for the most part of the last 2+ weeks. And, she'll jump back in there today, and that'll move someone somewhere,
yes.
Even whether it's in the starting or just when she comes in. And so we're going to have to learn to
adapt to that situation. And also, who knows how she is conditioned.
Right.
Conditioned.
Yes.
She might be in shape. She might be out of shape. So as a coach, you got to see that. And I'm pretty sure our coach is pretty savvy about his own players. And like you keep saying, even Jasmine Martinez is back in the lineup as well. So that's another big girl we're going to have underneath, how to put her in. And does she work better with Parson or does she work better with Bella? It's something, once again, chemistry and trust you got to have on the court.
And it's going to be the same thing, which we'll talk about that before their game, but same thing with the boys.
Yes.
I mean, the boys, in my opinion, probably look the best I've seen them all year as a spectator, as a fan, as a guy who follows basketball. And I like to think I know a little bit about it. I'm not
just a little.
And so I thought the boys basketball team the other day, as a team, probably looked the best I've seen them all year. And they've got a couple of kids back from illness and whatnot as well.
And there's a whole different team as well, because we can talk about the next program on that. But their whole half-court offense, it's a whole different conversation as well. So
it's absolutely.
And the good thing on both teams is that right now it's playoff times or district play. It's a good time to have everything lined up, who you want where, who's going to play best, who has the best chemistry. And sometimes with the COVID situation, that affects each team differently. But hopefully our coaches can adapt to that and get another victory in district play.
Yeah, I want to make sure we shout out to some sponsors. I want to start with Parker Energy Services. Today is Penny Parker's birthday. So if any of you guys and gals are out there listening and you got her phone number, I'm not going to give it out online, but send her a little shout out saying happy birthday. Yeah, I don't want to tell everybody on the broadcast, but make sure to shoot her a message and tell her happy birthday. That way she knows that we're talking about her over here.
Yeah, so happy birthday, Miss Parker. So we're getting ready here for tip-off. So we're going to see who puts on the court for the Eunice Cardinals. As Mr. Jones checks the broadcast.
Yeah, trying to get my the last couple games I've waited until we were started the game to try to get my Boxcaster, which is the app that runs the score and all that. And I wanted to make sure I got it started a little bit early tonight and wasn't starting it after the fact.
I believe we're going to do the national anthem, sir.
I think we are too, and I may have to stay seated as much, and I hate to do that. It might be a little disrespectful, but the way I'm sitting with my extension cord wrapped over my shoulders up under the table.
You might hang yourself. Well,
yeah,
it's a bad thing for certain people, huh?
I don't think I can get up from where I'm at, so. All right, so we had the national anthem, and now looks like we'll be getting ready to get started here. Once again, just want to go over some lineups and whatnot. for this Lady Cardinal team. Denise Rangel is back. Chloe Jones, number 1. Number 2 is Alondra Maureen. Number 11, Isabella Garrett. Number 14, McKenna McBee. Number 20, Alina Rodriguez. Number 23, Jasmine Martinez. Number 30, Aubrey Howler. Number 45, Ashley Castillo. Number 10, Caitlin Parsons. And number 3, Kiki Parker. The Lady Cardinals are coached by head coach Gary Frazier, assistant Vanessa McBee. So, and I don't have the coach for this Loving team is a guy that's been coaching down here now for several years, and he's a good gentleman. Known him for several years, and he does a good job. And so, anyway, I don't have all of their information here.
Is that his name at the very bottom, sir?
No, sir, it's not.
It's not. Okay.
His last name is Martinez, and so Coach Martinez is what I know him as.
We'll
I don't
call
have
Coach Martinez.
Yeah. And so they're doing the intro of the players. I'll run down this list of Loving Falcons. Catherine Montoya, a junior. She's number 0. Number 1 is Jasmariah Carrasco. She's a sophomore. Number 2, Gabby Vasquez is a sophomore. Number 4, Calista Torres is a junior. Number 5, Paris Rodriguez. She's a senior. Number 10, Natalie Navarrete is a senior. Number 12, Alicia Martinez is a sophomore. Number 21, Aria Mario is a senior. Number 22, Kaylee King is a sophomore. Number 23, Genevieve Sierra is a senior. Number 32, Phoenix Hernandez is a senior. Number 33, Faith McDonald is a senior. Number 34, Maddie Cooksey is a senior. And number 54, Alyssa Armendariz is a senior. This team has 9 seniors on their roster. That is a lot of seniors.
I think that's the most seniors we've seen on a basketball team this year so far.
I think so, too. That's a bunch, a whole bunch. This Cardinal team has about that many 9th and 10th graders.
That's how young we are, huh?
Yes. I look across out there, and I think in the roster that they've got going tonight, you've got Denise Rangel, that's a senior. You've got Ashley Armendariz, I believe.
Ashley
Castillo, I'm sorry. She's a senior. And then Bella Garrett. So those 3, I think, are the only seniors on this roster.
And that shows you we're going to have a strong team for the next couple of years. So
yeah, we should be a force to reckon with. You know, we were talking about that. I went down and got my hair cut today. We were talking about it, a little barbershop talk.
Imagine that.
You know, you just never know. I mean, you think back of that senior year of Jada and Araya, and everybody was like, they're going to win it easy. Yeah, of course, Jada, we ended up with not knowing at the time, but when we finished the junior year that we had a little bundle of joy on the way. And then with Araya, she blows her knee. And then that what seemed like a sure thing turned into uh-oh. And so
that's why I'm a firm believer, go out there and play hard like it's your last game.
Yes, you got to do it now. I mean, the time is now. The time's not next year. Hey, let's go try to win it next year. This group is competitive, and they can do it. The one thing that I will say about this Falcon team is they are rough, tough, and physical. Yeah, so anyway, here we go. Here's the tip. They tip it back. We tip it back over the head of Bella Garrett all the way out the other end, and Loving comes away with it. The ball's tipped out of bounds.
So we're doing a kind of a semi-press because the 2 big guards are up there pressing while the 3 guards are in the back. So
it was kind of a strange setup, but here we go.
Loving gets the ball into number 20. And Parson with a good steal with a nice layup, and she made it. Made it look easy, didn't she, with a beautiful steal to start off the game. Eunice has a full-court press. Chloe comes up, tries to trap her. Her and Parson have a trap right now, and Parson gets a jump ball out of that one.
Yeah, Caitlin Parsons doing some early work. She got a steal and a layup, and then she got the jump ball tie-up for the Cardinals right there.
She's playing with a purpose right now, aren't she?
Yeah, I mean, you know, as long as she can keep her head about her, she's going to do big things for this Lady Cardinal team.
Rodriguez throws it back to the top of the key to Jones. Jones flips it over to McBee. McBee flips it over to Rodriguez. Down into Parson, does a good quick move. And she takes a little 10-footer, misses it. But Loving gets a rebound shortly, but it's another jump ball between Bella and, is that 0?
Yeah, 0's Catherine Montoya.
So it's Loving's ball again. Eunice is pressing, full court press here. They threw the ball in, but Bella poked at it, and I believe they're going to call her for a foul.
Yeah, she kind of came over the back of Maddie Cooksey, so they're going to call her there with that reach-in foul. That's 1 foul on Garrett.
So once again, Loving has the ball back. They throw it deep to 34. She goes in for dribble, and she is partially blocked, but I think they called a foul on Parson on that one. She had to come back and play some defense on that on the blown coverage.
Yeah, Bella was trying to guard the young lady, and she kind of made a little jab toward their end and then came back, and they threw it over Bella's head. So Parsons came in from the back and got a little bit of a hand on it, but
so the first shot's good for Loving. Makes her first free throw of the game. So score is 2-1. Eunice. And she makes 2, so it's 2-2.
Yeah, so here comes Loving into some pressure of their own, and we've got Garrett trying to throw the ball in.
Oh.
And then Chloe's going to travel. We didn't look like we were ready for pressure right there.
They caught us off guard on that one.
And Loving always tries to pressure the basketball.
With this coach, come on now. We need better defense on that inbound.
And there's going to be a foul and one on Bella Garrett.
And that's
so
2 quick fouls on her.
Yes.
And we've said this in the past, on our entry passes, our defense is kind of laxy-daisy.
I agree.
And I think Loving sent some film on that because they threw that ball in real quick.
Yep. And that's that same young lady, isn't it? That's Maddie Cooksey.
Cooksey goes in.
So she's got all their points so far.
She got 5 points, huh?
Yep.
So we got a sub coming in. We got Parker coming in for McBee. Well, I'll take that back. She's going in for Bella. Rodriguez gets the ball in the Parson. Parson dribbles it up to the 3-point line, throws it back out to Jones. Jones gives it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez passes down to McBee. Back to Rodriguez. She looks, flip passes Jones. She looks, does a little step move, throws it up, hits the back of the rim and nothing. Jump ball again. We need to get that ball in the air when we rebound, Coach.
I've never seen so many jump balls in the first minute and a half of a ball game. It's 5-2.
Oh, Eunice throws the ball in. Rodriguez bounces off the back of a defensive player, throws it in to Jones, and Jones misses it by the front of the rim. Get back. Loving rebounds to bring back the ball, but good defense on Parsons. She knocks the ball away. And it was a jump ball between McBee and number 5, Rodriguez from Loving. But it's Loving's ball now underneath their own basket. They throw it in the Cooksey. She misses a layup, but Loving gets her own rebound. As she goes up, she gets fouled by Rodriguez. Who was fouled? 23? I can't see her number.
Yeah, they called the foul on Alina Rodriguez. She didn't like the call. So that's 4 fouls to none on the Lady Cardinals here, or against the other team for the Lady Cardinals at this point.
Reminds me of Dora, don't it?
Yeah. Yeah, almost the same start, too.
Yeah.
It's 5-2. Eunice trails here. She misses that first one, as my man Charlie next door would say, the ball don't lie.
That's Hernandez shooting for Loving. We got a rebound, ladies. She misses the second shot, and there's a rebound, but they're going to call it a jump ball.
Another jump ball.
Now it's Eunice's ball.
And that's Cooksey again in there with that jump ball.
Rodriguez throws it into McBee. She dribbles frantically up to the line, throws it over to Rodriguez. Passes it down to Parson. She's kind of too deep for her comfort zone. Back to Rodriguez for a nice 3. She hits the back of the rim but does not get the row. Loving gets the rebound, dribbles the ball up forward. That's with the illegal screen there. Did you see it?
For sure.
And they skip the ball over to Cooksey. Cooksey looks for number 0, which is Montoya. She dribbles a wild dribble, but they're going to call it a reaching foul on McBee, I believe. Or, yeah.
Yeah, they called it on McBee. You know, Loving's come into this, and I knew they would. I mentioned this earlier today at the barbershop, that they'd come in with a lot of fire and look to beat us.
Cooksey shoots a deep 3, but she misses it, but Loving rebounds.
That ball got deflected as it come down and end up in the hands of Loving.
What? Oh. It was a battle for the loose ball there, and Jones gets the ball, but they call it a quick walk as she turned around and put the ball on the floor, but they call it too quick of a walk, so.
Wow.
It's Loving's ball back again underneath their own basket. They get into the Montoya. She dribble drives. She does a little 20-footer. Nothing but air. Parker gets a rebound, throws it out to Kiki. Kiki pushes the ball on the left-hand side. I'm sorry, Chloe. Here we go again. And she goes up for a 10-footer and makes it in. Nothing but money, baby. Sorry about that, Chloe. I'll get it right one of these days.
She told me today, was I going to do the announcing or was you going to call her Kiki the whole time?
Oh, I can't hear myself.
Uh-oh. Really wiggled that wire.
Okay, I can hear myself now. We're good. I apologize to her.
All right, here they go.
Oh, Jones gets almost a steal, and they bounce it off what are they going to call it off?
Yeah, it's got to be there. There we go. So
it's Eunice's ball.
So 5:39 remaining here in the first. It's 5-4. Eunice up by, or trails by 1. It's going to be their ball on the side.
And Eunice has 5 team fouls. 11 have 0. Rodriguez throws in the McBee. She dribbles up the ball to the top of the key. Throws it back to Rodriguez from her favorite corner. She does a little stick and move, a little 20-footer. Misses the back of the rim, but nobody rebounds for Eunice.
Get a foul there.
I know. Get back, get back. Loving rebounds, but they seem to throw the ball away. Did they throw the ball? I can't see from here.
Yes, it did go out of bounds. So it'll be Cardinal ball. Eunice trails by 1. 5:20 remaining in the first.
I understand we got to be aggressive, but we got to be smart aggressive. Like, for example, there, that could have been an easy foul on.
Yes. On Parsons or on Rodriguez.
We need to be smart out there. Number 2 is we have some earrings we need to take off.
Gabby Vasquez, the sophomore. Guess she got out on the court with earrings in, so they made her stop and take them off.
Rodriguez throws the ball down into Parson as she went to dribble the ball. They're going to call it a kick ball on Loving, so it's going to be Eunice's ball underneath the basket.
Yeah, the problem that we've got here is Loving is large. They've got some big, strong, physical girls down low, and that's kind of been our game plan is inside out. So we'll see if we can get something going.
And Rodriguez does. She throws a nice deep 3 from her favorite spot on the court. Beautiful shot. And Chloe came in with the quick steal, but she was not able to stay in bounds with this, so it's Loving ball again.
So it's 5-7. Eunice leads now by 2. They're in the full court pressure. They're going to throw it long. They do it again.
Cooksey dribble drives. Nobody's there to cover. She throws it up. Oh, nice job. What they call a walk or a jump ball?
Chloe gets in, ties that ball up, and it's going to be a jump ball, so the ball will go to the Cardinals.
Real quick, huh? A lot of turnovers there. Rodriguez throws it in to Parson. Parson gets the ball, dribbles up court. She throws it back to Chloe, which is a wise choice. Oh, Jones to Rodriguez, and Rodriguez shoots another 3, but nobody's there to rebound for Eunice. But Chloe gets a steal, but it was ripped out of her hands.
And another jump ball called.
That was too quick of a jump ball, right?
Man, that was a quick one.
So Loving gets the ball back on the jump ball, but Chloe almost got herself a steal there. So they throw it into Gomez. She dribbles, drives. Parson gets the steal. She's tripped. The ball's out of nobody's hand. They throw it back down to number 5, Vasquez. They're going to call the jump ball as Parson goes up and grabs the ball from the air from her. So that's 267 jump balls in the first quarter. So it's Eunice's ball. Rodriguez throws it in the Jones. That's Loving cool to McBee. I apologize. She dribbles up the court, looks for Jones's, hands it off to Jones. Jones to Rodriguez. She looks. Jones looks behind the arc. Rodriguez looks, passes down to Parson, does a little stick and move, shoots, and he rolls out. Another jump ball. That was
another jump ball on the rebound. That one will go back over to the Falcons.
Wow.
So 4:26 remaining here in the first. It's 7-5. Eunice in the lead by 2.
And Eunice is pressing. And Denise is in the game. It's her first steal of the game. She passes it over to McBee. McBee was not able to handle the pass. The ball's on the floor. And guess what?
Another jump ball.
If I can't announce that or say that right, man, you need to fire me by the end of the night.
Man, 4:19 remaining in the first. That's got to be about a dozen jump balls here in the first
Eunice's
3.5
ball
minutes.
underneath the basket. Rodriguez throws it into Rangel. Rangel dribble drives. Comes up for a 10-footer, and she is fouled. She fouled her. Is it a jump ball? Nah,
that's foul, and that is the first foul called against the Falcons here. It's 5-1 on the foul count here early in this game.
4 minutes and 15 seconds ago, right?
Yes. So Denise Rangel will go to the free throw line. The senior that's missed a couple of weeks steps up. A lot of noise from the Loving faithful, and she misses that first one.
She hit the back of the rim on that one, huh?
Yes.
What would you say, Coach? Follow through.
Finish high.
So here we go. Play the miss now, or play the make, either or, right? So Denise is back on the line. Dribbles, looks, and she shoots, and it's money.
Yes. And they're going to wave it off.
On her or on number
I'm not sure
McBee.
if it was McBee.
I think he pointed towards McBee.
I think he did too. So I think they're going to wave that basket off because
we have a little press out there, but the Eunice players are really not confused, but Loving threw it out of bounds anyways.
Yes. Oh, man, they had a full speed run into the wall there, one of the young ladies.
And the Loving coach runs out there in a hurry. She hit the wall very hard.
Yeah, so the staff will tend to her to make sure she's okay. In the meantime, the ball will go over to the Cardinals, and they'll get to throw it in all the way back over under their basket because that's where the ball came in from. 4:15 remaining here in quarter number 1. We've got a barn burner at this point. It's 5-7. Eunice leads by 2. The young lady is up, walks off under her own power.
It's a good sign, right?
I think seemed to just kind of scare her more than anything when she popped that wall full speed. That is a padded wall, if that makes anybody feel better.
Rodriguez is going to throw the ball, and she looks. She throws it up to Parker, top of the key. Parker to McBee. Back to Rodriguez for a traditional 3, and it's money, baby.
Nice
she makes
3
it.
there.
That's the play to
by
go to all night. Rodriguez. And Chloe gets a steal. She dribble drives, a little 10-footer, throws it up. Oop, misses barely, but Denise Rangel rebounds it. She throws it back to McBee. And nobody went for that loose ball. Did you see that, Coach?
Yes.
Or was it just me?
Yes.
Well, Loving came back with that loose ball. Now they're back on their side of the court.
Denise with a great rebound, but she fired it right back toward half court, and they came away with it.
Montoya for 3 and hit the top of the backboard, and so it's going to be Eunice's ball out of bounds.
So Eunice now leads 5-10, 3:42 remaining in the first, and we're going to have a substitution. Parker goes to the bench, and Parsons will come back in.
They throw it into Chloe. Chloe dribbles up back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez dribbles up, breaks that press very easily, drives down, stops, looks, throws it back out to Jones, but it's intercepted by number 20, Montoya. She drives all the way down, and good defense by Jones, preventing her from getting a nice layup there. But then Parson throws it away to a Loving player. Loving gets the ball back, top of the key, throws it out to Montoya. Does a nice move, throws it down there underneath to who knows who, but they miss. McBee gets a rebound, throws it out real quick. Rodriguez runs up the court for a nice, sweet, strong layup, but she was fouled as she was going up.
Yeah, you know, the thing that worries me in this kind of game is Loving prefers this kind of scrambly, rough, unorganized kind of.
A little bit of street ball.
Yes, yes.
Bump me, let me play type of deal.
You know, we play better when we're under control.
Finesse.
I mean, we like the.
Rodriguez made her first free throw.
We like the game to be fast-paced, but at the same time, when you start getting rough and ugly and that rough basketball, that's not our cup of tea typically. So we'll see how we do here.
If we can keep our composure, we'll be okay and stay healthy on the court. Rodriguez missed her second one. Loving rebounds the ball.
And there's a second foul quick here in the first quarter on Parsons. So
I love the aggressiveness of her, but we need to tone it down sometimes.
Yep.
And I think that's hard for her to get at this point.
Yes, yes, and that's something that you know, these kids like her have got to understand. She means more to us on the court than she does over there sitting on the side with 2 or 3 fouls.
I concur. Loving has the ball top of the key. They bring it down to Cooksey. Cooksey, look, she's triple teamed, and they just touched the ball, and he's called a jump ball.
Another jump ball. I like it because it helps us at that particular time, but at the same time, man, that's a quick jump ball.
The bad thing is we won't get home at midnight if they keep stopping the game this way.
So Loving's going to have the ball on the possession here.
And Loving has an easy inbounds play. They flip it over to number 5, which is Rodriguez. She throws a little 10-footer, 20-footer, makes it in. Eunice gets the ball in quick, and Rangel pushes the ball forward really, really fast. Passes it over to Parker. Parker shoots a little 20-footer. It was in and out. But Rangel almost got the rebound. But Loving comes away with it. Cooksley brings it up. Is it Cooksley or Cooksey?
Cooksey, I think.
Cooksey. She hands it over to Zero Montoya. Dribbles with the ball, calls a play for Loving. Looks around, passes it over to 33, McDonald. Back to 23, Sierra. They throw it down to Cooksey. Hard dribble and drive, and she is fouled by number. Okay, I'm going to hold my breath on this one. It's either going to be on Parker. Yes. It's on Parker on the push.
So call that foul on Kiki Parker. That's number 7 on the Cardinals, and we're 3/4 of the way through the first quarter, if that makes any sense. And we're already approaching the double bonus.
She misses the first one, so. For Cooksey.
So 2:15 remaining here in the first quarter. It's 7-11. Eunice in the lead, but only by 4 here early.
And she misses the second one, but Loving gets her own rebound. They go back up, and McBee comes down with the ball, and luckily they called a jump ball quickly. So we're up to 500 jump balls in the first quarter. So it's Eunice's ball underneath the Loving basket. They throw it in to Chloe. She chases that ball down. She dribble drives, passes it out to Parker. Shoots another 20-footer and makes it in. This is for you, Mama. It's your birthday.
Parker on Mama's birthday.
Loving gets the ball in real quick. They dribble up on the right-hand side, but McBee stops the ball. Good job. Chloe goes out there a little bit, steps out there again. Montoya shoots a three but misses, but rebounded by Eunice by Denise. She throws it out to McBee. McBee throws it over to Chloe or Kiki. But Chloe came in with it. Rodriguez shoots a deep three and money. Oh, I called it too soon. Get it. Eunice almost rebound, but loose ball. And Loving. Oh. Hey, thank you. It looked like Loving pushed it out, and they corrected himself, and it was Loving pushed out, so it's Eunice's ball.
Yeah, he corrected himself, so he was going to give the ball back the other way. So good correction. So Eunice will have the ball on the sideline.
Rodriguez throws it in to Jones. Jones back to Rodriguez, and Rodriguez drains another three.
Another three. It's 7-16, 1:30 remaining here.
That's 3-3 so far, boss.
Yes, in the
and
first
walked.
quarter.
That young lady walked.
And Kiki Parker going to get called for a foul there. That'll be number 8 on the Cardinals, and it'll also send her
to the bench.
Well, but it'll also send Loving to the free throw line for 2 free throws.
But I thought Rodriguez, when she drove, she took a little extra steps.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I just know what they called.
So is that 3 fouls on Parker?
I don't know if it's 2 or 3. They haven't been putting anything up. She makes that first one.
So she going to shoot the ball again, huh? That's a high arching ball. It goes nothing but the bottom of the net. So Loving is still pressing in the first quarter. Rodriguez throws it into McBee. She drives all the way down to the basket, and she shoots up a Dr. Day shot. And Denise gets the ball, and the Loving player, so they call it a jump ball. Wow. So the ball's going to be Loving ball.
Yeah, so here they go trying to get it in.
Eunice is not going to press. They're going to set up a.
Frazier called the press off at this point. 1:17 remaining here in the first. It's 9-16. Eunice in the lead by 7.
Chloe McBee almost got a steal as Loving lost control of the ball, and it's going to be Eunice's ball. Rodriguez is going to throw it in to Chloe. She brings it up to the center of the court, throws it over to Denise Rangel. Chloe flips it over to Rodriguez. She knows she has a hot hand. She dribble drives a nice little layup, but she misses the perfect spot on the backboard for it to go in.
Yeah, that was a nice drive. Nice little drive there, but missed that little one. Sometimes those are the tougher ones.
So you can make the threes like nothing. So Rodriguez throws it into somebody.
They throw it way deep.
And Jones gets control of it. Give it back to her. Give it back to her. Good money. Back to Rodriguez. In and out, but rebounded by Parker. That was a quick foul. I think they're calling quick fouls to keep control of the game before these girls get out of control, right?
I don't mind a tight called game. My only deal is, I've watched this Loving team play for years. They're very physical. We've got 8 fouls. They've got 3, and that's the part that has me shaking my head.
Rodriguez throws it in quickly to McBee. She shoots up the 20-footer, nothing but air. And Loving comes down with the rebound. They're slowing it down with 44 seconds left in the first quarter. It's back to Montoya. Montoya dribbles the ball up. She looks over for a screen there. She sets up, shoots a 3, but it was partially touched by Rangel, but is rebounded by Rodriguez. She dribbles the ball up. She looks across course. Night pass at Parker, but Parker misses, but Denise gets the rebound and misses, but Parker goes back up and she's fouled.
Yeah, so Kiki really getting in there and battling. She threw up that first shot. It was no good. But Rangel came down with the rebound and the putback, and it went over to Parker, and then Parker got it again, and she was fouled. So with 22 seconds remaining here on the clock in the first quarter, it's 9-16, Eunice in the lead.
And Kiki made her first one.
That makes it 9-17, Eunice in the lead by 8. Once again, the foul count. They've called 8 fouls on Eunice, 4 now, which they're kind of finally catching up on Loving.
And she missed the second one, but that was, no.
Alina.
Over the back on Alina.
And that's
Rodriguez.
2, right?
Is it 2 or 3?
I believe that's 2 on her, and, that's one of those fouls.
Oh, they're shooting over here, too.
Yes, they're going to be in the 1-and-1, and it's a foul that, she literally
jumped all over, climbed all over the back.
Most fouls, I will say, that one looked kind of close. That was right over there. I'm going to reach over this girl's back that's 3 or 4 inches taller than me and got position.
She shoots and she misses. So Loving comes down with the rebound. Cooksley, and she went back up and made them points right there. So Loving is still pressing with 16 seconds left, but they get the ball into Jones. She dribbles down, passes it over to Parker, and Parker is partially blocked as she let the ball go. And they got a little happy on that play, I guess. Loving gets, Eunice throws it in. McBee dribbles.
Oh.
And she misses completely.
Yeah, she absolutely blew. Rodriguez was over in the corner wide open.
Yeah. And Loving gets the ball in, but they didn't have nothing to do with it with the last couple of seconds left.
So at the end of one, it's 11-17. 11-17 here. We've got some fans from the Eunice side have got the Loving superintendent up here getting on them.
Yep.
So
that's unique, huh?
They are definitely coming up here to chew on us. The Eunice fans not happy about the lack of fouls called on their side, and you know, I can't say that I blame them. It's you know, it's 9-4, and I can tell you this team is a, you know, this Loving team's a hard playing. We talked about it in our pregame, physical team, and they've got way less fouls than we've got. So the Eunice faithful is not happy. Go over some sponsors here. Parker Energy Services, Brett and Penny Parker. We mentioned it's Penny's birthday. Devon Energy, Jared Armstrong, Bryce Jenkins, Ryan Dean, Mr. Ornales, and all that group down there. Eunice Pump and Supply, Becky Nogelmeyer, Brandon Matthews and crew. Eunice Health Clinic, Leanne Reeves, Brian, Nikki, Elma, Aaron, Yachty, and all the gang. The Eunice Public Schools, Mr. Haynes, Miss Sims, Rosendo, Matt, Kenny Reed, Miss Hahn, David Gallegos, and all the staff. Ashley Myers, Chris Myers, Miss Ortega, and all the group at Cardinal Hardware, the City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, Redbird Gas. We appreciate you guys and all that you do.
I believe somebody got a technical because we're going to be shooting some free throws over here. Did you see something happen before the end of the quarter?
I'm just going to guess that I think that probably it had to do with a book issue, because I saw the Loving coach out there talking to the score table and to the coach and the refs in the middle of the court right as we ended the first quarter. So
Rodriguez gets to shoot both of these free throws, and they both went in, so they count.
Yeah, so that makes it 11-19, and it'll give the Lady Cardinals the ball here to start this quarter.
And once again, Loving is pressing, but they get the ball in. Rodriguez threw it into Jones. Rodriguez left wide open from her favorite spot. She shoots up, hits the back of the rim, and Loving was not able to rebound, but Parson was fouled on the way up, and no call was made. But Eunice gets the ball back on the steal. Denise Rangel throws a pass out to deep center field.
Man, Denise.
And
Denise does such a good job playing defense, getting steals, but then the problem is she airmails that pass after she does, and so that'll go back over to Loving.
And Rodriguez sits down. They put Martinez in, Jasmine Martinez in for Rodriguez.
So 7:39 remaining here in the half. It's 11-19, Eunice in the lead.
Montoya brings the ball up. They give it down to 23. She dribble drives. Chloe's right in front of her. And they throw it down to Cooksley. She lowers her shoulder and just drives in, but Parson rips that ball out of her hand. She throws out to Jones, throws it out to Denise. Denise dribble drives, hesitates a little bit, and she's fouled as she goes up. Why on the right-hand side, 23 was wide open. We need to learn how to look up, ladies.
Yes, yes.
But that was a good job on her part, and a good steal on Parson, how she ripped that ball out of Cooksley, making her know who was there.
Parsons is tough and athletic as they come. You know, if we could figure out a way to just reel in the emotions just a tad, because she is an awesome player.
She is awesome. So Rangel goes up, makes her first one.
That makes it 20-11 in favor of Eunice with 7:20 remaining here in half number one.
Half number one.
Half. They're sneaking back already over here on this
violation,
end.
but they didn't call it, but the ball goes in for Eunice, and she made 2 of 2.
It worked out for us, but they had what we call a snowbird sneaking down the court, and nobody was paying attention.
Nobody, we never do, Coach. Montoya brings the ball up to her right. She drives it over to number 5. She shoots it up and misses, and she gets her own rebound, goes back up, and she misses again, and Loving gets her own rebound, but they're going to call it jump. Oh, it's a walk.
Yeah, you had 2 girls from Loving both wrapped up on that basketball, and that is a travel.
Rodriguez, that is Rodriguez. I'm fine, Rodriguez. Looks like Loving's going to press, and Eunice does not know who's going to throw the ball in at the given moment, but Denise is going to throw it in. She throws right into Rodriguez. She goes in and misses her own layup. She's fouled once again.
And then she fouls.
And keep in mind, this whole first quarter, Rodriguez is throwing the ball in every time. Anyone on the court go out of bounds.
She's the ball inbounder.
Yes.
You know, when I was coaching, I always had that one player that threw the ball in. A lot of those years it was Jada. Malie was one that threw it in some during that time. But we always had that one person. So when that person goes to the bench, kind of messes things up just a hair as far as your inbounds.
Rodriguez shoots, and she misses the first one. But that puts a foul on Denise Rangel, so that puts him at 10.
And they're in the double bonus. Yeah, very beginning of the second quarter. We're 1 minute into the second quarter, and Loving is in the double.
She made 1 of 2, Rodriguez says. So now Bella's going to throw the ball, and she throws in the she didn't call that. Rodriguez.
We turn it over again.
Martinez turned the ball over on a steal. They pass it to 23 for Loving. They look. She dribble drives, goes in. She loses control of the ball. The ball's on the ground. Chloe reaches over for it. And Rangel touches the ball, and they call it a jump ball. The Hornet is stuck here on the court.
So 6:43 remaining here in quarter number 2. It's 21-12. Eunice is in the lead. 10 fouls against Eunice, 5 against Loving, and Loving will have the ball here at midcourt.
And Rodriguez is back in the game.
So here they come.
Oh, sorry about that. Chloe gets a steal. Rodriguez comes up with it. She dribbles down for a nice layup, and she makes this one in. Make it look easy. How lucky she threw her body into the defensive player.
Rodriguez with the points. It's now 12-23 in favor of the Lady Cardinals.
Chloe got a steal out of it, Coach.
Yeah.
And the Loving player shoots up. Montoya shoots up a deep 3, but nothing goes in, and Parson gets the rebound. Outlets to Rodriguez. Rodriguez to Jones, and Jones not able to handle that pass.
Didn't handle it. She should have caught it first. She tried to dribble it through the air.
Right. So Montoya gets the ball back, and she throws it over to nobody, and I believe Martinez was fouled right there, wasn't she? No, she wasn't.
Said that it was off Martinez out of bounds, so that ball will stay in favor of the Falcons, and here comes another substitution.
Taking Jones out for McBee. So we have 3 starters on there on the court right now for Eunice. They throw it into Montoya. She does a little fake dribble drive. She shoots it up and makes it in, a little 20-footer. So it's 14-23. McBee throws it into Rodriguez. Rodriguez throws it into Parson. Parson dribbles it up on the right-hand side. Stops a little 10-footer. Nothing. Oh, it's the back of the rim. Is it? Don't foul. Don't foul. Is rebounded by Cooksley. Cooksley throws it over to 33. McDonald. She dribbles up the ball nice and slow. She throws it over to Montoya. Montoya looks around, dribbles around. McBee's on her, breaks McBee's ankle. She throws it away. Nice move to get open, but she just throws the ball away.
She put the little crossover, had McBee on the roller skates or ice skates, and then she tossed it straight out of bounds.
So Jones comes back in for Martinez. So McBee's throwing it in. She throws it into Parson. Parson dribbles the ball up down the center of the court towards the basket. She attacks the basket, pulls up for a little 10-footer, but she misses it.
Jumped on the back.
Oh, but Rodriguez with a nice steal throws her back to Bell, and she steps back behind the 3. Rodriguez and shoots it and makes it.
She knocks down another 3 for Rodriguez.
I think she is going to get that record, ain't she? The unofficial record.
14-26, Eunice now in the lead.
Montoya brings the ball up. Chloe's playing some good defense on her. She cuts. She throws it over to Rodriguez, and McDonald gets the rebound and goes back in. Was that a shot or? Oh, and Rodriguez throws it down to Chloe. Chloe chases it down. A nice little out-of-control layup. Woo! That was a I don't know if that was an accident or on purpose, but that looked good in it.
It was on purpose. The pass went past her, and she just had to grab it on the run and flip it up without going out of bounds. So.
Thank God Chloe's fast, huh? Yeah. Well, Loving shoots it up, and Parson rebounds. McBee gets the ball. She does a little cross moves up in the front. Chloe's waiting for the ball, gives it to her at the top of the key. Chloe uses her dribble. She passes it over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez looks. Break her ankles, girl. There you go. A little 20-footer. She shoots, and she was fouled as she went up.
So that'll send Alina Rodriguez, the freshman, to the free throw line. She's got, 3-4 threes already in this game, plus a layup. So that's 12, 13, 14 points,
and she's been in the free throw. This is her 3rd time at the free throw. I think
Wow, I need to do a better job of keeping up with that, but I usually don't.
Missed her. Jinx Jones, I shouldn't have said that.
4:27 remaining here in the first half or our second quarter. Eunice leads by 12, 16-28 with Alina Rodriguez, who's already hit 4 threes in this game. And she's at the free throw line.
And Parker came in for Bella. Oh, she missed both free throws, unusual, and was rebounded by Eunice. And they call it jump ball as McDonald and Parson wrestle down there. Like Dennis Rodman and somebody else, but I guess it's a jump ball. Rodriguez is going to throw the ball in. She throws it into Patrick Ewing. Throws it into Kiki. She swings it around to McBee for a deep 3, and she makes that.
That's Chloe.
I'm sorry. I said Parker, huh? Yeah. Chloe got the ball. She got an assist because she passed it to
and
McBee.
McBee with a 3, so that makes it 16-31.
And, what was that? Montoya went in, threw a little back flip to 21, and 21 made a shot.
So it's 31-18 now.
And McBee throws it into Rodriguez. She dribbles the ball up, does a little move, breaks her ankles. She can shoot from there. You know that, right? She throws it out to McBee. McBee dribble drives back out to Jones. Jones dribble drives. They reach in on her, and they did call the foul on that one.
And
a little delay
they're
whistle.
in the bonus now, so that'll finally send the Cardinals to the free throw line on the 1-and-1.
I like those little fouls because that's been keeping the game. I know it's slowing it down, but it keeps the game from getting too
rough, too physical.
Too.
So 3:50 remaining here in the first half. Chloe Jones goes to the free throw line. Her first one swishes through nothing but net.
Money, baby. Denise is coming in for Parson.
So Caitlin Parsons will go to the bench. Jones will go back to the free throw line. Once again, Eunice in the lead. It is 18-32 here in the second quarter. 3:50 remaining here in this first half. Few substitutions, and Jones back to the line. Her next free throw is up, and she sinks it, 18-33.
Montoya brings the ball up for Loving up the center of the court. She looks around. She's gonna pass. She calls out a play. She passes over number 10, Navarrete. She tries to force it into ball to Cooksey, but Rodriguez comes down with the ball. She throws it over to Chloe and was not able to handle it, but it's kicked out of bounds by Loving. Was it? And Rodriguez threw the ball into Rangel, and she threw the ball up, and she was blocked. Supposed to swing back around to the three-point. So Loving gets the rebound. They bring it up to the top of the key. Montoya gets it. She dribble drives, and she throws up a crazy shot, but it's rebound by Denise. She gets the ball on the court. She pushes it, loses the ball, but Chloe picks it up off the floor at the center of the court. She drives, and she has a jump ball. I think she was going to pass it over, and she double guessed herself, I think.
Well, she went to pass it. She lost the handle because that defender reached in on the pass.
And they called it a jump ball, right?
33, yeah.
And Loving gets the ball.
It was a jump ball. That's a good call.
They bring it up the top of the court. They drive it over to number 33 for Loving. She dribbles around, looks, and looks. Back up over to 20. She looks, they're slowing down. That's weird, and they're losing. Montoya has the ball at the top of the court. She picks up a dribble. Parker comes out, does kind of a block, but Rodriguez shoots a deep three, and she makes it for Loving. That's another Rodriguez. Chloe gets a rebound. She dribbles up the court. She skip passes all the way to McBee for a deep three. She shoots it up and hits the front of the rim, but it's rebound by Denise. Partially, it was, and she throws it out to Rodriguez. Rodriguez to McBee. Shoots a little 20-footer and money.
Nice ball movement there by the Lady Cardinals. Nice unselfish play there by Alina Rodriguez as she made that extra pass over to McBee, who knocked it down.
That's why she was so open.
Yes.
That extra pass. So Montoya brings over the ball for Loving, passes it over to McDonald's. McDonald looks over to number 10, Navarrete. She passes down to Cooksey. Cooksey jumps up, makes a quick shot, and goes in.
You know, this Loving team isn't going away easy.
No, they're not. McBee throws it in to Rodriguez. Rodriguez back to McBee. McBee to Jones. She drives, stops, little 10-footer, hits the front of the rim, and no rebound. McDonald comes down the rebound for Loving. She hands it over to Montoya. Montoya brings up the ball. They're nice and slow. They're real monotonous on this offense. How they look around. Nice steal by McBee.
Run.
She pushes the ball, and she's fouled. She reaches it, but she passes it over to Jones. Jones looks. A no-look pass to Denise. Denise passes over to Rodriguez. Nice dribble drive.
Nice.
Broke somebody's ankles for a nice layup, baby.
Alina Rodriguez with the finish looking like Jay Louise back in his day.
Nah, she looked way better than him.
23-37 with 1:20 remaining here in the first half.
I'm just joking, big man. Levin has the ball. Rodriguez for a deep three for Levin of their own. He missed, but McDonald came down with the big rebound. She goes back up, and he goes in.
We've got to figure out a way to get a body on them down low and block them out.
A deep pass from McBee to Rodriguez to the top of the key. She breaks that girl's ankles again, drives, tries to dump the ball off to Denise. Denise gets it, throws it back out to McBee. McBee shoots a three, but does not go in. Do not foul, do not foul, do not foul. No. Oh. What? I thought he was going to call a foul.
No, she passed it, trying to pass to them, and then she ran and picked up her own pass.
Now it's his call, not his call.
Yeah. So 25-37, this Loving team's, they're hanging around. Even though it's 12 points, it's been 12 points for about a quarter.
And this is a fast quarter, to tell you the truth.
Compared to the first one, for sure.
Eunice gets the ball underneath the basket, and Denise was not able to handle the pass from Rodriguez. Parker gets it, throws it over to McBee. She drives, kicks it out to Rodriguez. Does a little quick move, a little 20-footer, shoots it in front of the rim, but it's rebound by McBee. She drives around, looks for Jones, passes it out to Jones. Jones dribble drives at the top of the key, and she was fouled as she shot that, to my point of view, but she goes out and gets her own rebound. And that was a walk-on. She throws it out to Rodriguez for the last shot of the quarter, and money. Oh! But it's rebound by Denise. She goes up, and she's blocked by McDonald. And loose ball, Rodriguez gets the ball, and nobody had
another jump ball.
And
so with 11 seconds remaining here in the first half, we will we'll get the ball back one last time, maybe for a last second shot.
I'll set it up for 3. What do you think, if possible?
Yeah, I would try for sure. So they're going to sub here. Kiki Parker goes out. Caitlin Parsons comes in.
So we got Jones and Rodriguez playing catch-up on the left-hand side. Jones drives in, does a little spin move. Ooh, she kind of lost the ball, but they didn't call it what. Shoot that, McBee. McBee shoots a Dr. J hook and nothing but air.
So at the end of the first half, Eunice leads 37-25. They never could extend that lead in the second quarter. So the lead they had basically at the end of 1 is the same here in 2. My thoughts is those second and third opportunities down here hurt us that quarter. That quarter specifically.
We need to block out and we need to rebound, because everything else is working just fine.
Yes.
Other than the ticky-tack fouls that we got in the first quarter, but that doesn't really matter now.
So shout out to some sponsors: Parker Energy Services, Devon Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware, the City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, and Redbird Gas. Thank you guys for making this broadcast possible. The Falcons, Loving, have hung around in this game. It's a 12-point ball game and a very physical ball game. Ton of fouls called, mainly against Eunice in the first quarter. The second quarter kind of, I don't want to say it evened it back up, but it was probably an evenly called game the second quarter.
Than it was the first quarter?
Yes.
And a massive amount of what? Jump balls.
Man.
And I think that they're doing that for a purpose, kind of control the game as refs and keep it from getting very violent.
Rough, very physical. Like I said, I think my only issue is I've watched this Loving girls team play for many years. I mean, it's this same group as the group that Chloe's played against all through junior high and now high school. And the one thing they do well is they're very physical, they're rough, they're tough. It's what they do. It's kind of their MO. It's who they are. And when you have a quarter that you got, 9 fouls called on Eunice in the first quarter, and I think 3 called the other way, or 2 maybe, in that first quarter, you start to kind of scratch your head a little bit and go, oh, come on now.
But the girls were real good. They were patient with the way they were playing. They learned how to pass the ball around, keep it on the outside where Rodriguez can keep shooting, and that's helping us from getting in foul trouble underneath.
Yes, yeah. Her knocking down those outside shots, and then a couple others. I mean, Kiki Parker hit a mid-range shot.
McBee got one in there as well.
Yes. And so some of those mid-rangers have helped us to avoid all that craziness going down into the basket.
And also Denise has been rebounding underneath her own basket quite a bit as well. So,
yeah, if we could get her to rebound it and
outlet.
I used to have a rule with a couple of my kids where I'd make them count to 3 before they could do anything with it. You can't shoot it. You can't pass it. You can't dribble it. You got to count 1001, 1002, 1003 every time you get it.
What if they're in the lane?
I don't care. I'd rather you get a 3-second call and they get to throw the ball in on the baseline than you throw it to the other team and they shoot a layup.
Yes.
And so that was my rule with a couple of kids early in seasons. I almost always had a kid on the team that I would make that rule, and people would be like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Don't you do it, or you're coming out." and because I wanted them to learn to, when they caught the ball, to relax a minute, not to, it's not a hot potato, it's not the hot stove where you got to get your hands off of it real fast. Woo, get rid of it. You want to relax. Make sure if you're going to make that pass that you've thought about it, that they're open, all that good stuff.
You've seen who you're throwing it to, correct?
Yes.
He's wearing a red jersey, not a white one.
Yeah. And I think that is one of the problems that we had that first half is some of those times we get a rebound or a steal and we just turn and chunk it, and it results in either a turnover or something. So,
now other thing as well, if we can be Monday morning quarterbacks, you can say, Loving is doing a good job on their half-court offense.
very slow, and they
monotonous. They get in and try to either wear you out or they'll dribble drive a little bit and they'll dump it off to Cooksey.
Well, and there is no doubt that that's where they want to go with the ball. They want to go down low to Cooksey and McDonald. They've got the size
height,
advantage down there, and so they want to go down low to those girls, and they're doing it by trying to get the ball into the high post first. So it's a high post entry. They throw it into that free throw line area, and then that one turns and drops it to the other one, and they kind of play a little high post, low post game, and then if you collapse on those girls, they'll kick it out, and of course they've knocked down a couple of long shots too on that kick out. So
Rodriguez has dropped down.
Yes. Yeah, Rodriguez's on both teams have been able to knock down some shots. I don't know what it is about them Rodriguez's, but they're hot here today.
One's with the Z, one's with the S, right?
Yeah.
Let me see.
So,
no, they're both with Z's.
So Alina Rodriguez here, I believe, with 4 threes in that first half. Definitely a good half for her, no doubt about it. I don't know how many points she's got, but it's got to be a bunch.
A good 4 threes, and she's driven and driving, made a good 10 to 20 footers.
Yeah.
And a couple of nice layup, man. She's breaking ankles out there. She keeps doing that. They can ISO her on that side if need to.
Yep.
And then I hate to sound selfish, but keep giving it to her until they stop her.
Yeah.
It's like the best way I can refer to it, kind of tip my age here, it's when the Detroit Bad Boys would play Jordan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They would try to bully him around forever, and finally Jordan wised up, and after that, they were done.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for sure.
But we'll see what the second half brings us.
Yeah, I want to make sure we shout out to those sponsors again. Redbird Gas, Bart Parker, that whole Parker group. That's a different Parker group than the other Parker group, but that Parker group right there is a good group as well, and we want to shout out to them. Zia Auto Shop, the Whitmire family. Connie Whitmire and her family have been involved in Eunice sports and Eunice activities for years, and we appreciate them. The City of Eunice, Mayor Hobbs, the City Council, and all the gang down there, we appreciate you guys. Cardinal Hardware, Ashley Davis, Chris Myers, and Miss Ortega, and all the staff. Eunice Public Schools, Mr. Haynes, Miss Sims, Rosendo, Matt Kinney, Miss Hahn, and David Gallegos. We appreciate you guys and all that you do. Eunice Health Clinic, Leanne Reeves, Brian, Nikki, Elma, Aaron, Yadi, and the gang. Eunice Pump and Supply, Becky Nogelmeyer, Brandon Matthews. If y'all see my cat running up and down the alley, let me know he's on the run.
He's a tomcat or what?
That's right. He escaped, and yesterday I left one of my doors open, and we've got a big old fuzzy, cool-looking Maine Coon cat that's on the run. So if anybody sees it in my neighborhood, let me know.
Call a dog pound.
Yeah. I'd actually be better with that than I would with just letting it run around, because it don't have any claws and all that good stuff, and plus it's supposed to get real cold tomorrow, so we're kind of worried about
Starting tonight, correct?
Yes, it is.
Our cat disappeared 2 weeks ago, man.
Oh, man, that's no good.
No, it's not. He's a tomcat. Hopefully he'll come home eventually. You know how that goes.
Yeah, them dang tomcats.
You used to be a tomcat, huh?
Yeah, there was a time where I was a gym cat. Anyway, so Devon Energy, Jared Armstrong, Bryce Jenkins, Ryan Dean, Mr. Ornales, and all the gang. Parker Energy Services, Brett and Penny. Happy birthday, Penny. We appreciate you guys. And so, once again, Eunice with a big lead here. I say a big lead, a 12-point lead. I would guess that that lead is basically the difference in those threes that we've been able to knock down that half. Otherwise, as far as trips up and down the floor, ball possession, all that stuff, it's been basically an even ball game. Those threes that we've knocked down have been the difference.
Separated us from the other team. And keep in mind, it is a district game.
Yes.
So that has a big outcome of everything. And I don't know Loving's record on their district play, so.
Yeah, right now they're 1-0, I believe. I know that they played. You know what? I lied to you. That is not true. They played Tatum, and Tatum won that. So I think they're 0-1. I don't think they've played Chow yet, but they may have. I know that Tatum and Hagerman are playing today, and so I'm not sure. I'm not sure where they're at as far as district.
I'm talking about Jow. I believe we play them Friday, right?
Yeah, Friday's the big Jow home game in Eunice.
So go pack the fans, man.
I've been on this push to try to get everybody to allow our students to come into games for free. I think it's a good deal. I'd like to see more students and kids up there. And when we've asked a few of those kids that are friends with my kids, especially the younger ones, I've had a couple of those kids tell me, well, we don't go to the games because my mom don't want to give me the money to go. And so I'd like to see those kids be able to get in to sporting events at no cost. We've got a community that is so supportive of everything, kid-related, school-related, and I just don't see that $5, whatever it is, a kid would be something that raises enough money that we couldn't figure out a way to offset that somewhere. Yes. And so anyway, I'd like to see them do that. In the meantime, Friday's game at home versus JAL is a students get in for free game. So come out, show your support in a very meaningful game, and it's Eunice JAL. It's a rivalry game. Recap of the state championship football game.
Who won
just
that
on
game?
the hardwood. I'm not sure, but I heard it was the team in red. But anyway,
I wasn't there for that game.
Yeah, me either, at least not on the mic. So they're getting ready to start this second half. Both teams are headed out of their huddle, headed onto the court. The Cardinals headed out a little slower than the Falcons, but they're getting out there now.
It's cold in here. They must have turned that fan on faster or something, man. It's cold.
You know, the brand name of these fans is Big A and then a couple of other letters, fans, and these are some big fans, and they will cool you off, that's for sure.
They will cool you off. So Loving gets the ball in the second half. They throw it down, but Parson gets a steal real quickly. She passes it over to Rodriguez. Deep pass to Rangel. Rangel dribble drives, and the ball is stolen from her by Rodriguez from Loving, and they stop the ball at the top of the key, but she throws it away. A lot of action right there for no points on either side.
Man, once again, they
Two
threw a
turnovers.
long pass out to Rangel, and Rangel quickly turned it over.
Rodriguez throws it into Parson. Parson drives. You're going to stop. Oh, little stutter step, Euro step, and she misses it. But Rangel, instead of grabbing the two hands, she threw it out of bounds.
7:35 remaining here in the third.
Two quick turnovers for Eunice.
25-37.
Loving gets the ball. Eunice is pressing from the top. They can break the press. Rodriguez throws it in a little Euro step, and she's partially blocked by Parson. Rebounded by Bella, looking for her outlet. She found Jones. Jones gets the ball. She's pushing it. She's going all the way. She stops, passes it over to Parson. Nice pass, but it was deflected. And Rangel was not able to get the ball, and Loving came down with the rebound, and they missed a layup. Rodriguez from Loving misses a layup, and she is they're calling a jump ball as Bella was wrapped behind her shoulders, and they call it a jump ball.
Wow.
And it's Eunice's ball.
So Eunice with the basketball. They'll set up in their press breaker. Loving full court pressing again here.
And they throw it into Parson. Parson throws it into Jones. Jones drives, stops with a jump shot, misses it. Rangel gets the rebound, but throws it right back up. And it did not go in, so Rangel gets a steal, comes in from behind, gets a steal, throws it away.
Oh,
1-1.
Great steal by Rangel and threw it right back to the white team.
Vasquez down to McDonald. McDonald shoots, misses, but Rodriguez gets the rebound, and so does Montoya, but they call it a jump ball. It's Loving ball, and once again, Loving gets the ball in real quick, and luckily they missed a shot.
Oh.
It's rebound by Bella. It's knocked out of her hands, but Parson gets the ball, and their Loving player grabs it, and they call it a jump ball. It was like 9 jump balls in the first minute. Eunice gets the ball into Parson. Parson throws it down to Bella, and Bella was not able to handle the ball.
How many turnovers? I mean,
that's like
got to
9
be
turnovers.
5 turnovers in the first minute, 20 seconds of this quarter.
And Coach seeing he's going to call a 30-second timeout on Eunice. And this timeout is brought to you by
Devon Energy. Jared Armstrong, Bryce Jenkins, Ryan Dean, Mr. Anales, all those folks out there working with that steel in the middle of blizzard over the next 24 hours. So it's going to be cold. Stay warm. We appreciate the folks down at Devon Energy. All those folks in the oil and gas industry helping us to stay warm during times like this.
Thank you.
Yep, for sure.
So on this timeout, Coach, the first thing you're going to do is like take care of the ball. Slow down.
Yep.
Take care of the ball.
Yeah, I'm gonna add some 3-second rules to everybody that I think needs them,
and our turnovers go into Loving's favor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gives them hope and dreams that they can catch up.
Yeah.
So it's Loving's ball underneath Eunice basket. They throw it into Montoya. Montoya dribbles up the ball. They tried to trap her, and she did. They did a good job. Chloe and Parson came up here and trapped her right on the baseline. So she traveled, and it's a turnover on Loving. The ball's going to go over to Eunice. And it's going to be thrown in by Rodriguez to Jones. Jones drives, top of the key. She stops, pulls up, misses, but she gets her own rebound, and she goes right back up, and she's fouled.
You know, I sometimes when when you shoot the basketball, you get to worrying about people trying to block. And I watched her first shot right there. She was so afraid that girl running behind her was going to block her shot. She just threw it up there. There was no form in the shot, just chunked it up there.
I think she wanted some contact as well.
Luckily for her, she got the rebound and had a chance to go to the free throw line.
And she made her first one.
That makes it 25-38 in favor of Eunice. Chloe Jones at the free throw line.
That's the first point of the half, huh?
Yeah, the half. Yes, sir.
She went 2 for 2. So Eunice is going to do their own pressing. Montoya gets the ball in, but it's partially stolen by Chloe. Chloe was not able to get the ball, and Loving gets the ball back, and they dribble back down, and they miss a layup. Come on, grab the ball, somebody. And it's a jump ball. Oh.
Now he's going to call a foul.
We're going to call a foul on
Rangel
as she reaches in. It appeared to be a jump ball from here, but I could be wrong. She's limping right now. And once again, it's an easily inbounds play by Loving. They miss, but they get their own rebound. Cooksley steps back and shoots a 10-footer. And they're pressing again. Bella throws it into Jones. Jones dribbles up the ball quickly, breaks that press, drives all the way in, passes it out to Rangel. Was not expecting it. Out to Rodriguez for a deep three. She dribble drives, and she went up to shoot, and she was fouled.
Yeah, that's Rodriguez on the drive. She gets fouled
by
Rodriguez.
I think Rodriguez is guarding Rodriguez this quarter. They figured that one out.
Call that on the ground.
On the floor.
Wow.
I thought she was shooting, but Eunice's ball underneath. Rodriguez throwing it in, throws it in to Bella. Rodriguez steps back in, and she was too close, so she kind of threw it over everything.
Yep.
She should have stepped back a little bit. She was waiting for that three. Loving rebounds there. Bring back the ball. Vasquez does. She passes it out to Cooksley. To Montoya. Montoya throws a high arcing ball and misses, but Parson comes down with the rebound. Throws it over to Rangel. She dribbles up the ball, looks for Jones. Throws it over to Rodriguez on the left hand. She dribble drives, shoots a little 10-footer and goes in.
Rodriguez with a heck of a dribble drive right there.
It's just real sweet, huh?
Yep.
And Denise with a nice steal, but she is fouled as she turns back around by Montoya.
Yeah, and she's still down on her knees here.
I think their heads collided. And keep in mind, I mean, she might be out of shape because she had been out for a couple of weeks too. So
yeah, she's down on the ground.
Hard time breathing or something, I don't know.
Something.
They did hit hard because she turned right into her.
So Coach Frazier's out there talking to her. 5:21 remaining here in the third quarter. It's 27-41. Eunice in the lead. They've extended that lead to 14 points. It was 12 from basically the first quarter all the way to now.
Wow. On something like this, do they have to take her out? It's an official timeout, right? Or
yeah, she's definitely got to come out.
She's kind of limping to the ankle. Who they put in for her, McBee?
Believe so. So Rangel heads to the sideline. You know, in a situation like this, our kids have got to.
So Rodriguez throws it into Jones. Jones throws it up, misses. Once again, she was waiting for contact, but there was none. And they're going to call on foul 1-4, which is McBee. But McDonald was throwing some elbows out there, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was definitely swinging for the fences.
I mean, come on.
27-41.
Eunice is pressing. They throw it into Montoya. Montoya breaks that press too easy. And she comes all the way down. She throws it over to Vasquez. Vasquez cannot handle it. And it becomes Eunice ball and another turnover by Loving, which is in our favor.
Man, it's just kind of been ever
sloppy,
since that first quarter, just a scrambly, sloppy ball game.
Back over to Jones. Jones breaks that little girl's ankle. She dribbles the ball up the court. Throws it over to Parson. Parson with a double pump fake. She comes back on.
Yeah.
She shoots it up, and she's fouled from behind.
Yeah, they definitely hit her on the forearm there as she was going up. So that'll send Parsons to the free throw line.
They have nice quick moves, don't they, Parson and Rodriguez?
Yes.
Very, very quick moves. Put the ball on the floor and go. Did you see that? The ref gave the ball to the shooter and wasn't even waiting for the ball.
Yeah.
She shoots and hits a little hard on the back. She misses that one. But that's her first time tonight on the line, correct?
I think she's been there at least once before. See, right here, we've got to get somebody back so that they don't snowbird us.
And she made the first one.
I was fixing to say, luckily there, it don't matter.
To Montoya. Montoya back to McDonald. McDonald to Montoya. They're trying to break that press. Parson came up and stopped her. Chloe's on her, but she gets it over to McDonald. McDonald throws it away to Rodriguez. Rodriguez gets it. She's being chased from behind. She dribble drives and throws it up. She's waiting for some contact, but none was made.
They're going to call
And
that
on the
foul
loose
on
ball foul is
McBee.
going to be on McBee, and I believe that's 4.
I think it is too.
Well, I like her aggressiveness, but we need you in the game there,
It
young
must
lady.
be 3 because they're leaving her in, and we're only midway through the third quarter.
So Levin gets the ball and they throw it away, and Chloe comes away with it. She misses the layup, but she goes back up and she's fouled by McDonald.
Wow. She blew the gimme layup. I mean, there was nobody between her and the basket, and she absolutely just jacked it
I
up.
thought she did it on purpose because I think she wanted to get McDonald a foul.
Yeah, I don't believe that for a minute.
Come on, Daddy.
Flat out blew it.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
She has a method to her madness. Come on.
Yeah. So she'll go to the free throw line. 4:38 remaining here in the third. It's 27-42.
She's shooting 2 and made the first one. You see?
She's
still gonna
knocked
get
down
2.
the first one. I guess she was padding her rebound stats off that mess, huh?
And rebounds and free throw percentage. Martinez comes in for McBee as Chloe goes in for her second shot. Dribbles, looks, shoots, nice rotation, and gets the row.
That's 44-27. Eunice in the lead.
Montoya brings it up. She throws it over to 23. And Chloe Jones with another steal. She drives, goes in for a layup, and she made that
She
one,
made
Daddy.
that one. Yes,
She
that was
looked
a
too easy.
nice
She
one.
went around. McDonald made that one. The person, not the city. Parson comes up with the steal. Jones comes up with the rebound, and she's being pushed all over the place, and no foul. She throws it over to Martinez. Martinez feeds it to Parson, and she turns around to go for a layup. She's fouled.
So 27-46 with 4:15 remaining in the third. This quarter's been a long, slow one.
Long, slow, and sloppy, but it's starting to speed up a little bit, and a lot more contact is being done on it, as you can tell.
Yeah.
So it's Eunice's ball underneath the basket. Rodriguez is going to throw it in, throws it out deep to Jones. Jones is going to flip it back to Rodriguez, wide open. Does a little pump fake, steps behind the three-point line, dribble, shoots. Oh, and barely misses front of the rim, but Parson gets the rebound, but she's fouled from behind by Vasquez.
Yeah, and that'll send Parsons to the free throw line to shoot the 1-and-1. And Eunice is now in the bonus here early in the third quarter.
Like our camera guy was throwing 2 number 1s. Like, what's he saying?
That was deuces. He was chunking up them deuces.
Somebody's going up here and talk to him. You put your finger down, sir.
You got to quit throwing gang signs.
Parson dribbles. She looks. She shoots. Nice rotation. In and out, and it's missed and is tipped out of bounds by.
I think they called that one off of us, so they'll give that ball to Loving. Eunice in the full court press.
And massive confusion out there. Montoya gets the ball in. She dribbles. She's stolen by Martinez. Rodriguez gets the ball, throws it over to Jones. Rodriguez gets the ball, waits for everybody else to show up. Jones gets it, flips it over to Martinez. Martinez dribble drives, back to Jones. Jones looks, squares up, dribbles around, throws it into Parson. Parson throws it down into Bella. Bella said, "What?" and did not handle the ball, and the ball was down. They call it a jump ball, and it stays over to Loving.
So 3:43 here in the third, 27-46. Eunice up.
Loving throws it into Montoya. Montoya dribbles. She is trapped at the top of the key. She throws over to number 0. Martinez stops her. They throw it back out to Cooksley. Cooksley gets, that's a double dribble, ain't it? She dribbles down towards the basket.
She's coming.
And she
like
attacks Parson, but Loving gets her own rebound by 22. Kings got the rebound, went back up and made it. Jones brings the ball. He brings the ball back up to the top of the key. She waits for everybody else to show up. She dribbles around, passes over to Rodriguez. Stick and move, girl. Back to Jones. She looks, studies the court, looks around, dribbles. Bella sets the screen. Martinez gets the top of the ball, top of the key. Sit down. Rodriguez gets the ball. Back to Martinez. Martinez over to Bella. Bella over to Parson. Back to Parson from Jones. She does a little quick move, and she shoots, and she was fouled, but no call. Loving gets the rebound. That was a long play right there, Coach.
Yes.
To come back with nothing is kind of disappointing. Montoya dribbles the ball up nice and slow. She looks as well. They set a screen for her by Vasquez. She shoots a deep 3 in front of the rim, but is rebounded by Parson. Parson looks deep. Rodriguez is wide open. She goes in for a layup left-handed, and she barely misses it. Too much mustard on that. And she came back and fouled her. She's a little too much mustard on that layup.
Rodriguez with the frustration foul after she missed the gimme.
And we got Parson coming out. We got Heller. Is that how you say your last name?
Howler.
Howler comes into the game.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Chad.
Yeah, that is the What is it? Oh,
No?
I don't know. I don't think it's 5, but I don't know. They buzzed the horn multiple times, but
So we have a small team out there for Eunice, but they're doing a good job pressing. Loving tried to go up the sideline, and they trapped her between. Was that Chloe? Who's number 2 for Eunice?
2 is Alondra Marine.
Alondra Marine throws the ball into Jones. Jones dribbles the ball, trying to get Montoya off her. Montoya's all over her like a fly. Jones passes it over to Martinez. She looks, throws it down to Howler. Back out to Martinez. She dribble drives, keep the ball up high, and going to call it a jump ball.
Yeah, you can't dribble right down into that double team and expect good things to happen.
Yeah, they're good at grabbing the ball once it stops. So it's Eunice's ball as Bella runs back to the right side of the court. She gets the ball, she looks. Bella's going to throw it in. She's looking. 5, 4, throws it out deep to Chloe. Chloe gets it. They're going to call an offensive foul.
No, they better not. Yeah.
It was a blocking foul on Loving.
I might lose it, absolutely.
Vasquez blocked Jones as he drove.
Yeah, I would probably lose it as a daddy announcer. Wouldn't be a good one there. 2 minutes and 1 second in the third quarter. It's 29-46. Eunice had extended that lead out to about 20. It's now back down to 17. Jones at the free throw line.
She's about to make it 18. What did I tell you? I like that bounce, huh?
Yeah, that one touched everything and the bottom of the net. 29-47. Eunice in the lead.
And Denise is back in the game.
Yep.
Claude Jones at the line. She dribbles. She looks. And she shoots. Money. Look at that.
29-48, and they sub Rodriguez for Jones.
So we're going to do a full court press there. We got Rangel, Maureen, Parson, Rodriguez, and Howler in the game for Eunice.
We got
And Loving throws the ball in deep. Montoya
she
chases it down. She gives it back to Cookley. Cookley's going to shoot a deep 3. No, not even close. Parson comes down with the ball. Rodriguez dribbles up on the left-hand side. She looks down. Nice pass to Howler. Howler gets the ball.
Nice
goes up
pass.
Nice. They played before together.
Those two have played some travel hoops together.
You can see the chemistry.
Rodriguez to Howler. What a team.
So Loving throws it in, and Loving looks a little flustered right now. They ain't doing nothing right now. They're just slowing down.
That lead has grown to 21, and they're not liking it.
Montoya gets the ball in. She dribble drives and circles out there. She throws it out to 21 for Loving. Back over to number 10 for Loving, which is Navarrete. She misses. His rebound by Howler to Rodriguez. Rodriguez, another deep pass to Denise Rangel. She goes up, and she is fouled as she is going up by 21. That's Navarrete.
So that'll send the senior Denise Rangel to the free throw line to shoot a pair. 1:13 remaining in this extremely long third quarter. 29-50 in favor of the Lady Cardinals.
Denise dribbles. She looks. She aims. Shoots. Nothing with the bottom of the net.
She sinks it in.
Are we supposed to say it real quietly like when guys are teeing on the golf course?
I think that's a golf stuff. We're not playing golf here.
She's dribbling right now at the par 5.
This free throw is brought to you by Cardinal Hardware. Ashley Davis, Chris Myers, and Miss Ortega. And there is a large lane violation, but it won't matter because she made it.
Can we wave off that penalty?
Yeah, our team didn't even realize that meant their free throw was good.
Parson gets a steal as Loving throws the ball in. She looks down to Rangel. She sticks and moves. She throws it back at the Parson. Nice pump fake by Parson. Little 10-footer. She shoots it, and she misses it. But right away when she shot, she grabbed her face.
Yeah.
Her dad's telling, go follow your shot. You see him follow your shot?
Yeah. 1 minute remaining here in the third.
But either way,
29-52.
Loving pushed that out of bounds, so it's Eunice's ball underneath her basket. Rodriguez throws it into Parson. She goes up strong, and she misses a gimme layup, Jimmy said.
Foul now.
And she fouls.
Yeah, that is something that we do, and I defend us on a whole bunch of stuff, but a lot of times when we miss shots, we've got a few that get frustrated. She being one of them, Chloe being one of them, Alina being one of them. They get frustrated when they miss a shot like that or throw it away, and they'll run over and body somebody up right away just to.
Yeah, no need to. I mean, we're winning the game.
Yep.
You can make the next layup.
Yep.
So Eunice is pressing with 55 seconds left. Loving has the ball underneath the Eunice basket.
Can't do that.
She hands the ball off to her.
She handed the ball off.
And that's out of bounds on Loving, but it was not counted. The knee stops the drive over there on 21, and Chloe gets a steal, and she is pushed, or she steps out of bounds. She stepped out of bounds after she's pushed out.
Wow. Yeah, you can't hand the ball off to somebody She just flat-handed it to her like they were in the dive in football.
So Levin throws the ball in quickly. She lowers her shoulder, dribbles in, and shoots it up, misses, but it's rebounded by Levin. They go back up and they miss, and they get another rebound. They throw it out to
double-dribbled.
Yes. Back to quickly. She dribble drives nice and strong, hits it off her
right
foot.
off her foot and out of bounds.
That was our best defense right there.
She had those teeth gritted down, and she was ready to run that dive play again right up the middle. 33 seconds remaining in the third.
Rodriguez throws it in deep to Rangel. Rangel drives. She stopped charging, and she throws it out to Chloe. Chloe looks, passes it in to Bella. Bella down to Parker. Parker back out to Jones. To Rangel, Jones, Bella. To Rodriguez. To Chloe. Jones. To Bella. Bella turns out and shoots a no-look shot. And it was a loose ball foul.
Yeah, Rodriguez got in there, got good position, and when they tried to get that rebound, they went right over her back. So that'll send Alina Rodriguez to the free throw line. This free throw is going to be brought to you by the Eunice Health Clinic. Leanne Reeves, Brian Nicky, Elma, Aaron, Yadi, and all the gang, we appreciate all that you do. And that's why Alina Rodriguez just sunk that free throw, just like they'll sink a needle in your arm if you're not feeling too good, or maybe even in your tail.
And guaranteed you'll be good the next day.
That's right.
She went 2 for 2 on the free throws.
She knocks them down, and those were brought to you by the Eunice Health Clinic.
Eunice pulls back their press for 8 seconds left in the third quarter. Levin brings the ball up to the left-hand side of the corner. She throws up a shot, misses everything, and they're going to let that ball roll out of bounds.
Wow.
Time has expired for the third quarter, 54-29. Here in Lubbock, New Mexico.
So as we move to the end of the third, get ready to start the fourth. It's 29-54. Want to make sure we shout out to some sponsors: Redbird Gas, the City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, Cardinal Hardware, Eunice Public Schools, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Pump and Supply, Devon Energy, and Parker Energy Services. Shout out to my man Charlie on the camera tonight. He gets you all those good angles that and gives you that thumbs up right up there on your screen. If anybody sees my cat running around, he's a big fuzzy one, and he is on the run, so I need him brought back. He's got to get warm. My wife, she doesn't like the fact that he's on the run. And then shout out to my man Rosendo sitting here next to me. He's got something funny to say, but I'm not sure if it's
I was going to say, man, if you find it, turn it in. He's going to give you a free gel out of card.
Oh, no.
No, we can't do that. That's not funny.
None of them. That'll have me up there in judicial standards.
I like I'm going to say that.
Yeah, none of those. None of those. 54-29. Eunice leads by 25 here.
That's the biggest lead so far of all the games we've covered, huh?
Yeah, maybe so. There's some discussion. Parker wanting to play the back, and she's in with the group as a guard, so she's going to have to play up higher.
Levin has the ball on top of the key. They're looking over to Montoya. Montoya dribble drives. Passes down to 34, but she misses, but they get their own rebound back. Levin does. They throw it out to 23 for Levin. She pump fakes. Montoya looks. She dribble drives around, and she's sandwiched between 10 and 3 for Eunice, which is Parson and...
So they call that one on Kiki Parker.
So is that 5?
It must... Well, I was going to say it must be because she went running straight to the bench, but maybe it's not. So they call that one on Parker. And so, anyway, so...
Montoya goes to the line for Levin. She shoots, and she bounced that back in.
That ball hit the back of the rim, went all the way up. It looked like it hit the little cable to me, but came back down and went in. So that'll be a good one.
Yeah, she does it again. Look, she misses that one. Jones with the rebound. She turns around real quickly, dribble drives, and she dribbles it off the Levin foot. Ball goes out of bounds, almost out of bounds. She gets it, throws over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez to Parker. Parker for a 3. Hits the front of the rim, and Levin rebounds. Montoya gets it. She slows it down, which I would be pushing the ball right now if I was Levin. She looks up for it. She calls the offensive play. She goes to McDonald's. McDonald's brings the top of the key. Back to 23 for Levin. She looks. But 32, they're looking for Cooksley. Out to Montoya. She dribble drives. That girl, number 34, just lowers her shoulder and goes, man.
Yeah. Yeah, when she gets it, she puts her mouthpiece in. You know, she's got
first movement.
Joe Montana or one of them old school quarterbacks like that handing it to her, and she's running the dive play. And you can either, stand in there and take a charge. You can swipe at her, whatever it is you're going to do, but she's coming.
She made first free throw out of it.
54-31.
Cooksley.
Yep. Cooksley and McDonald are also very good throwers in the track world. They're big, strong girls for sure. And that was a hammer down, and they're going to give the ball to.
Dude, why would Eunice swing the ball out of bounds?
Yeah.
But anyways, we had a sub come in. McBee came in for Rodriguez. Go ahead and mute it, Coach.
It wouldn't do no good way up here where we're at. 6:57 remaining in this ball game. It's 31-54.
We don't need nobody talking to us neither. Loving gets the ball into Montoya. Montoya dribbles around. She gives it over to McDonald's. McDonald's looks. She's looking for Cooksley. She dribbles top of the key. Cooksley gets it. She will shoot the ball from anywhere. She dribble drives and she shoots it up and nothing but the rim, but she gets on rebound. Nice, good call. She did a power dribble.
Kiki Parker
went down and grabbed the ball.
In there like an animal.
Like
she
had
came
no
in
fouls,
like a wrecking ball and said she looked like a linebacker in our football game and said if she's going to run the dive, I'm going to step up and fill the hole.
She looked like Erlacher, huh? Give
Yep.
me that. Well, Parsons bringing the ball down. Big old guard. A center. She hands it over to Jones, Parker. And McDonald's went down and over the back on our player. But anyways, do not foul. Loving gets the ball back. Montoya calls out a play. I sound so monotone. Anyways.
6:22 remaining here in the game. 31-54. Eunice in the lead. And now there's going to be a turnover on Loving. And the ball will head back over to the possession of the Lady Cardinals.
A lot of turnovers, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Cardinals throw it into a center back over to Jones, which is the smartest thing to do, right? Jones gets the ball. Ooh. Broke somebody's ankles out there for a split second, huh? Throws it over to McBee. To Parson. Parson does a little quick move. Shoot that. And Bella throws it back out to McBee. Throws a deep three, nothing but nice tip to Parker. Parker sets up, shoots a three, misses it, but rebound by Parson. Goes back up and misses it. And it comes down the rebound by McBee. Throws it up and misses it. Parson goes back up. And she is fouled. That's good. We got like 4 rebounds there. That's very good.
Yes, and they've got 3 of their, best rebounders in the game. And Parsons, McBee, Parker, Bella Garrett, all 4 down there battling and getting rebound after rebound. So great job there by that group of Lady Cardinals.
A very good job. Oh, and she missed the first one. She looks a little flustered, huh?
Is this gym moving or is it just these bleachers? I keep feeling
these bleachers moving.
Man, every now and then somebody will move, and all of a sudden the whole gym feels like it's moving.
She made 1 out of the 2. Good job. So it's 55-31. 5 minutes and 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Eunice leads. Montoya brings the ball up nice and slow, like with no hurry at all. They come around with the screen from McDonald. She looks back to throw it in the – she does do that. That should be an offensive foul.
Yeah.
Cooksley shoots it up. Nothing but air, but Loving gets the rebound, and we tie the ball up. Parson goes down and ties the ball up, but it stays on this side on Loving's ball.
So right here is where we got to get ready. Chloe,
that's a late
dumb foul, Chloe.
23 for Loving, goes up for a 20-footer, and Chloe comes out to get a block and
she's
get
out
on
there
her elbow.
flying through the air trying to swat shots out near the three-point line on a dumb block.
But that's what, a second foul?
I have no idea. They don't put any of them up here because their fingers are tired. They can't push them buttons to show that.
They can't take their fingers off the ball off.
That's right, the ball possession arrow.
They can't take the fingers off. They move so fast. Well, the young lady missed the first one.
5:27 remaining here in the game. It's 31-55. There's that second free
She
throw,
made
and
one
she sinks that one.
Come on, somebody throw the ball in. Bella throws it in to Jones. Jones dribbles up the ball. On the left hand, she dribbles. She stops, top of the key. Throws it over to Bella. Bella flings it over to Parker. Parker looks back to Jones, back to Parker. You don't want me to get confused. To Jones, to Parker. Parker drives, comes back out, back to Jones. Jones looks over to McBee. She'll shoot it. She drives. Nice pass to Parker on the opposite side of the court. She shoots it up, misses. And Loving came down with the ball, but it was a jump ball.
And that jump ball will go over to the Cardinals. We ought to start sponsoring jump balls. That jump ball is brought to you by Eunice Public Schools.
Maybe one every 30 seconds.
That's right. That'd be a good sponsor for sure.
So it stays on the Loving side. And a quick pass from Bella into Parson. Parson shoots. She misses, but McDonald's rebounds, but Parker goes in there like if she ain't got no fouls and just grabs the ball and ties it up again.
Kiki Parker said, this is my mama's birthday. I'll get in there and grab that ball.
By golly.
32-55. Loving will get the ball back after another jump ball.
Jones comes out.
4:54 remaining in the game.
Jones and Belli comes out, and Rangel and Rodriguez come back in to the game. McDonald has the ball on top of the key for 11. Passes it over to number 5, which is Rodriguez. She throws it down the quickly, hard dribble, throws it up and goes in. Eunice is going to be thrown in by Rodriguez to Rangel. Rangel dribbles with the ball nice and slow, which is different. Looks weird from here. She dribbles around, looks, throws it over to McBee. Wide open 3. She shoots, and it's money. Oh, back of the rim. She misses. But McDonald touches the ball, and it goes out of bounds on Loving.
I want to make sure that we recognize that tomorrow is the last day for sign-ups for youth basketball, kindergarten through 6th grade, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., 1600 Avenue O. It's $15. You must bring proof of insurance, and we need coaches.
On that series right there, it came down with the rebound. Denise went back up and got 2 points out of it.
Yeah, so Denise with 2.
I can't hear you nothing. I must be disconnected again.
I bet it's your little short
there he goes.
thing.
Oh, I'm out now. How about now? Now? There you go.
How about that?
How about now?
34-27. Loving with the basketball. Under 4 minutes to go, and there's going to be a travel called on the Lady Falcons, and that'll turn the ball back over to Eunice.
I think I can hear myself now.
So once again, a reminder, tomorrow's the last day to sign up for youth basketball in Eunice. Ginger McCaslin and the crew down there making it happen. Oh, yeah, she did.
McBee had a little bit of pressure by Montoya, and she walked out there, but that's okay. Still got the lead.
Frazier's letting her hear about it.
There's a turnover, Coach.
Yeah.
Turnover looks bad on the stats.
Oh, sure. Eunice is up by 23 here.
Rodriguez throws over to McDonald. McDonald's looks, they're trying to give it in 34. Pass over to 22 to the Lady Falcons, number 5. They get it into Carson. She lowers her shoulder, throws it up, misses. But Martinez gets the rebound, throws over to Parson. Parson throws over to Rodriguez.
No.
She looks deep to McBee, but is intercepted by McDonald. McDonald gets the ball, drives it back forward. Montoya throws it up, and it's nothing but air. Rebound by Parson. This is when we slow the game down, right, Coach?
Yep.
Rodriguez gets it, throws into Rangel. Rangel dribbles the ball across court. Throws over to Rodriguez.
Goodness.
Rodriguez does a good job of recovering that ball. She is fouled and slapped across the face, but she dribbles around, shoots up a 20-footer, and she misses. And why is she driving? Why is she dribbling into her?
Just to show her she could, I think. Under 3 minutes to go. It's 34-57. Your reminder: Eunice Sports, Youth Sports basketball signups tomorrow, 5 to 7.
But Montoya got a rebound on that. She made a jump shot and made it 2 points there. So it's 36-57, Eunice favored. Parson gets the ball thrown in from Rodriguez.
Guards got to go get it.
Rodriguez gets the ball at the top of the key. She throws it over to McBee. McBee looks, squares it up, dribbles around her, shoots the ball up and misses, but it is pushed out of bounds by Loving.
So that the scary thing, though, is it's back to that 21, and that plus minus on the max preps on their strength of schedule goes to 20. So you want that 20-point win if you can finish that. That helps you
tremendously.
Yeah, in that what do they call it? I want to say the Morgan Freeman, but that's not what it's called. It's the something Freeman.
Jones to Rodriguez for a deep 3 right there, man. That's a cross-court pass too. That's a very pretty pass by Jones.
36-60 now with 2:12 remaining. It works out good for us, but so they're going to call it
Jones and
jump
Raquel
ball.
created a jump ball right there out of Montoya. Montoya's still wondering what happened. So it's Eunice's ball underneath their own goal. Rodriguez throws it
sandwich
to McBee. McBee throws up a 3, and she makes her own 3.
That makes it 63-36. This is a good deal. And here goes the long
Lovey
pass.
goes long pass to Montoya. She drives, but she is blocked by Parson, and no fouls called. But Lovey gets her own rebound, throws it back up, misses. But little Chloe's trying to get a rebound, but she didn't because it was all over her back. But Parson gets a rebound, throws it out to the guard, to Jones, and guess what they're going to do?
Be smart. Be smart. Back it up and be smart. Back it up.
Jones around head back to Jones. Jones looks around. She dribbles to Rodriguez. Rodriguez is wide open. She wanted to. I think she was instructed not to, Coach.
Yeah.
Back to McBee. McBee, that was a lazy pass, Coach.
She needs to
McBee,
go that
back
way.
to Jones. McBee cross court to Rodriguez. Rodriguez looks down to Rangel. Rangel looks. Throws the ball away to Coach Frazier. That's another turnover. With a minute and 23 seconds left in the game.
36-63, 1:23 remaining here in the game.
McDonald brings the ball up for Loving. She stops the dribble top of the key. She throws over to The other girl, McDonald down to her, and it's a pretty pass. 34-33. So Rodriguez throws the ball in to Jones. Jones back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez drills the ball top of the key to Parson. Parson wanted to shoot a three. Jones to Rodriguez. Rodriguez looks around to McBee. McBee to Rodriguez. Rodriguez to Jones. Jones on to Parson. And
one by
Rangel. I didn't expect that. I thought she was going to throw it back over.
Yeah, 48 seconds remain here in the game. It's 38-65.
Eunice's favor. Do these things hurt your ears?
Oh man, my ears don't work anyway. Too many years of wrestling, they're all hard.
Oh, she misses the shot, so it's 2-point play. Loving gets the rebound. They throw it over. Rodriguez almost had a steal. McBee almost had a steal, but they dribble down the ball. Nice passing by Loving and make a layup. So it's 35 seconds left. The ball goes down to Rodriguez. She dribbles up the ball. And no foul was called on that one, but Loving was not able to handle the ball. A little sloppy play. Ooh! Oh. Denise was clotheslined by 33 by McDonald while she was driving in, which is kind of a little bit of, that's 5 on her. The game's over when you do that, man.
Yeah, you must try and get somebody hurt with that kind of physical
play.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the 5th foul on McDonald. She'll go out.
Denise goes to the line for 2. She dribbles, looks, shoots, and misses. Hit the front of the rim. So last shot. 24 seconds left in the game, Coach.
Yeah. 24.7 on the clock. It's 40-65. And there's a good one, so it'll be good.
Another lane violation, but the ball went in.
It's 40-66. Eunice in the lead. 23 seconds on the clock and ticking.
Montoya brings the ball down. She looks. She goes around McBee. And she shoots it and misses, and it's almost rebound by Eunice. But they're going to call a foul on McBee. She fouled Vasquez. 1-1. Come on, guys.
So 13 seconds remaining. This free throw is being brought to you by Cardinal Hardware. They can get you the equipment to shut down any leak that you might have, like that leak.
Oh, did you see that?
Jones with the, and then she threw it away after, but. Man, got it the other way.
I was still watching the game. I didn't call that last play.
So 42-66 at the final score here in Loving as the Eunice girls, the number, what are they, 8? Yeah, number 8 ranked Eunice Cardinals, Lady Cardinals win tonight here in Loving. They improved to 2-0 on the
district plays.
On district play and district, and so anyway, right now that puts them out there in that first place position.
And they're very good basketball they're playing right now.
Yes.
Very good basketball.
So anyway, that's a pretty good job there for the Lady Cardinals tonight. You know, they did a good job, especially considering they've got a couple of young ladies back that have been out for a while, and they were back tonight. And we'll get ready to cover this boys game here pretty quick. I want to, make sure to remind everyone again, get back over to my messages here that I had coming in. It says, Ginger McCaslin, a message here saying that the Eunice Youth Sports Basketball, kindergarten through 6th grade, will be having sign-ups from 5 to 7 p.m. 5 to 7 p.m. tomorrow, 1600 Avenue O. That's right across the street from Dairy Freeze. It's $15. You must bring proof of insurance, and they are needing coaches. So any of you folks out there that either know or don't know hoops, get out there and be a youth coach and have a good time with it. So we appreciate Ginger and all the group that helps with that stuff. We really appreciate you. So anyway, just want to thank everyone for listening. One more shout out to the sponsors: Parker Energy Services, Devon Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware, the City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, and Redbird Gas. Shout out to one of our sponsors, Penny Parker, as it's her birthday.
Awesome, awesome.
So we're going to take just a couple of minutes, I mean literally a couple, and then we'll start with our intro and pregame stuff for the boys' game. So thank you for listening to the Knowmark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal sports. Thank you. All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Knowmark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal basketball here from Loving, New Mexico. I'm Jimmy Jones alongside Rosendo Caballero, Charlie Fairbrush on the camera tonight. We appreciate both of them being here. We just completed the girls' game. The girls with the 24-plus point win. A great job by the Lady Cardinals here as they remain undefeated in District 4 2A play. Now it's time for some boys action. Tonight, the 7-7, number 19 ranked 2A Eunice boys basketball team will face off against the 2-8 unranked Loving Falcons. Eunice enters tonight's game after winning 3 of their last 4 games with wins against Dexter, Cloudcroft, and Dora. The only loss during that run came against Tatum, that probably had the worst record of those 3 teams. These Cards are somewhat of a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde team. 1 minute they look really, really good, like against Dora a few days ago, and the next minute they don't look too good, like against Tatum about a week ago. In Saturday's game versus Dora, this team looked extremely tough. That Dora team has one of the best players in the state, definitely one of the best players in small school basketball, in 6'5" Stephen Massini, a player that can do it all. He plays the guard, brings the ball up the floor, gets down low, posts up. You know, at 6'5", he is an animal down low. The young man who really gave Jow fits earlier this season. Dora led Jow at the half. Jow eventually beat Dora by 5 points, but it was a nail biter, and they had problems with that young man. That Dora team also has wins over 2A powerhouse Texaco. I'm telling you, Dora is a tough team, and that makes Eunice's win over them all the more impressive. that Cardinal team a few days ago looked the best I've ever seen them look. They were very impressive. In that game, the Cardinals shared the ball. Ball movement looked really good for the Cardinals. Billy Blevins hit 6 3-pointers in that game and had the game of his life as a whole. I didn't see the stats. They weren't updated as of this week, so I don't know his exact total. But, man, he was unconscious. The guy couldn't miss. Ovion Taveros looked really good down low, going toe-to-toe with Dora's big man. Ashton the Jet Thompson looked a step faster than everyone on the floor. What's up, Coach? We got the Loving Falcons coach up here visiting with us a little bit. We're live on the air all over Lee County and across New Mexico. So
Pretty good. You're doing pretty good,
yes,
man.
sir.
It's a tough loss, huh?
Wow.
80 free throws. Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yep. Right. Well, we appreciate it very much.
You too, man.
We appreciate you. Good to see you. If we can help, let us know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You can watch ours live. Yes, sir. HobbsAmerica.com. All right. So we appreciate you. Coach come up here and visited with us a little bit, telling us our girls did good. Once again in that last game, Ashton the Jet Thompson looked a step faster than everyone on the floor. He was leading the Cards in the ball possession. Jorge Gomez did a great job down low. Kevin Garcia and George Ortega also had solid games in that last game against Dora. The Cards were without Jorge Ontiveros, still out with a hurt knee. Jaquan Calhoun was also out due to illness. The Cards are coached by second-year coach Mason McBee. Huge shout-out to him for entering his stats. For people like me, it sure makes it nice, and we can get on there and kind of gather that information and keep up with where the kids are as far as statewide. We appreciate that extra work. You know, it's not easy. It does take some time, but we appreciate it. For Loving, they come into tonight's district matchup trying to get back on track. They entered tonight's game with a 2-8 record and have struggled. 2-8. The Falcons are led by number 0. That's guard, last name by Green. He's averaging 7 points per game. Number 21 and number 22, that's Rodriguez and Benavides, are averaging 5 points a game for this Loving Falcon team. On paper, the Cardinals have got to be the favorite. However, I said that against Tatum, a Tatum team that hadn't hardly won any games all year, and they come out and handed it to us. And then we go down against a Dora team that I thought was probably going to be extremely tough for us to beat with the big man back in the game because he wasn't there the first time we played him. And then we went out there and looked like $1 million.
It's weird how we seem to play down to teams and play up to teams.
Yes, I agree completely with that. Getting close to some warm-up finishes here, about 2:35 remaining. Looking through the NMAA record books today in preparation for tonight's game, I noticed that the Eunice boys were once a dominant powerhouse in small school hoops. In 1976, Eunice won their last 2A state championship over McCurdy. Mitch Seals was the coach of that team, who went 23-4 on the season. In the 70s, Eunice captured 2 basketball state championships. They also won in 1971 under Coach Benny Dale Jones and had a record that year of 28-2. Eunice made 3 trips to the state championship game in the 1960s. They won in 1960 under Coach Joe Langston, who our gym and new gym are named after. With a record of 27-3, they were state runners-up in 1962 with a 24-3 record under Coach Langston. They won again in 1969 over Shiprock, 87-62. Coach Langston was the coach of that team too, and they ended up with a season record of 24-6. Eunice made 2 trips to the state championship in the 50s, a state championship in 58 at 28-2. That was also with Coach Langston, and a state runner-up in 1950 under Coach Doc Kearley. So historically, Eunice has been one of the best basketball programs in the state, specifically in the small school division. However, they've struggled to find that consistency since around 1980 all the way to the present. I did not find any current or former Eunice Cardinals in the NMAA record books. There are several girls listed, but no boys ever in New Mexico history are showing up in the NMAA record books. Hopefully the new gym, some changes in basketball mindset, which are greatly needed, will change some of that and improve that long term. So with that said, they've cleared the clock, and it looks like we are getting ready to get started here.
Game time, baby.
Looks like they're probably going to do the intro of the teams and whatnot.
If the boys came out like they did last game against Durham, it should be a breeze.
I agree.
If number 20, Billy Blevins, keeps that intensity out there, that dagger, trying to just shooting points everywhere he gets the ball from.
You know, I knew he was a good ball player. They're not even going to announce. I knew he was a good ball player, but I didn't know he had last week in him or a few days ago in him. That was amazing.
What I like about it, he's getting that confidence more and more and more. And once he gets that confidence, he's aggressive, and he just lets his presence known.
Once again, he hit 6 threes in that game. So here comes Eunice. They win the tip. They're going to swing it over to Blevins. Blevins drops it down low to Ovi Ontiveros. Ovi with a little spin move and a lay-in. Ovi Ontiveros puts the first 2 points on the board.
Nice, easy move. And that time, Loving just threw the ball away with no press at all. We're out there pressing, but nobody was covering anybody, and they just threw the ball away.
I'm going to try to get my app back. I keep forgetting that I got to get the stuff going, and I forget sometimes. Anyway, Jorge Gomez swings it back to Thompson at the top of the key. They give it to Blevins. Blevins drops it down low to Ontiveros. Ontiveros has his shot blocked, but Thompson comes away with it up high. They swing it across to Ortega. Ortega's 3 is up. It is no good. Blevins comes away with the rebound. His putback is no good, but he gets his own rebound, a follow-up, and it is no good. Ontiveros down battling, and now they're going to call a foul. I believe they're going to call that on Blevins. So with 7-11, like a big gulp and a Slurpee, we've zipped through the first 49 seconds of the first quarter. It's 2-0, Eunice in the lead. Loving with the basketball. Eunice in that full court pressure. Loving thought about a 3. I thought he traveled. No call. Loving with the basketball in the right wing. A little dribble drive move. They throw up a shot. No good. Who comes away with that rebound? None other than Billy Blevins.
Sounds like an outlaw, Billy Blevins.
Blevins brings it across timelines, flips it over to Thompson. Thompson's runner, one-handed, is no good. Loving comes away with the rebound. I believe that is that 5? It's
20.
21. Good Lord. Man, I'm real jacked up. 21, Caleb Rodriguez. He swings it over to 2. That's James King, not to be confused with the King, LeBron.
Obi gets a rebound out of that air ball from LeBron or the King.
They give it back to Thompson. Thompson over to Blevins. Blevins thought about the 3, kicks it out to Thompson. Thompson with the dribble drive over to Ortega. Ortega's 3 from the corner touches nothing but air particles, and Loving comes away with the rebound. That's number 21 with the ball, Caleb Rodriguez. He's going to dribble it across the timeline. They do a little dribble handoff over to number 2, James King, and they throw up a deep 3. It's no good. Who comes away with that rebound? None other than Billy Blevins. He has that rebound knocked out of his hands as he starts to dribble, but it goes out of bounds, and it will remain in the favor of the Eunice Cardinals.
I am enjoying it. Eunice is getting rebounds. Oh, apologize.
No problem. We're good.
Eunice is getting rebounds as they go down the offensive side and the defensive side.
So under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Thompson to Blevins out here on the right. Back up to Thompson. Thompson looking across to Ortega. Ortega with the basketball. They're looking down low toward Ontiveros. A 3 comes up by Thompson. It's no good. Ontiveros comes up with a big rebound. And then a cross-eyed call on the baseline says that he traveled. 5:40. 2-0, Eunice in the lead. I'm not sure what game he was watching. Thompson with a great steal in the pressure, and he lays it in. That makes it 4-0 in favor of Eunice. There's a steal by Ortega. Oh, and then he slaps it out of bounds, but a good move there by Ortega to get that steal. Just couldn't come away with the possession.
You call a timeout or something?
Yeah, Loving's not liking what they're seeing here early as Eunice leads 4-0, 5:29 remaining in the first period. Loving takes a timeout to talk about it.
What I've seen so far, Loving loves setting up their half-court offense.
Yeah, I agree.
They're slow pacing. We can do both, but we prefer pressure, easy baskets. And we are rebounding the ball. Billy has, 4 rebounds already on the offensive side?
Shout out to some sponsors. Parker Energy Services, Devon Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware, the City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, and Redbird Gas. Thank you guys for making this broadcast possible. Shout out to my main person, Ginger, Eunice Youth Sports, basketball sign-ups. Tomorrow's the last day. Don't forget, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. If you have questions, contact Mrs. Ginger. She'll help you out. So those sign-ups are going to be right across the street from Dairy Freeze. So here comes Loving back the other way, 5:25 and ticking. King thought about a deep three. He flips it out to that right side. They swing it back up to Rodriguez near the timeline. He kicks it down to, I couldn't tell who, and the front
22.
numbers on their jerseys are about 2 inches taller. I'm
Kicked it
getting
to
real old.
Benavides.
21's got it back up top. That's Rodriguez. They're going to try a little screen at the top of the zone. They throw up a shot, a deep shot, and it is good. It is 2. That makes it 4-2 with under 5 minutes to go. Ortega with it on the left wing. He swings it back over to Thompson. Blevins thought about the three, then skips it back to Ortega. Ortega back to Blevins. Blevins drops it over to Obi Ontiveros. Obi swings it back to Blevins. Blevins for 3, and he sinks it. He picks up where he left off last Saturday. Sinks the 3, Billy Blevins. 7-2, Eunice in the lead. 4:33 remaining here in the first. Blevins with the steal.
Move.
A nice little move by Blevins. He blows the layup, but man, it was nice. Thompson comes away with that rebound. Thompson swings it over to Ortega. Ortega looking around. He swings it back to Thompson. Thompson pulls up with the mid-range. His shot is off the back of the rim and no good. Loving comes away with the rebound. Loving's going to walk it up across the timeline. That's Rodriguez. Eunice comes out with a little pressure. They get a steal here. They kick the ball ahead to Gomez. Gomez with a one-handed lay-in off the glass, and it is good.
I thought he was going to dunk it for a second.
9-2 with under 4 minutes to go and ticking. Here's a 3 by Rodriguez. His 3 swishes nothing but the bottom of the net. It's now 9-5, just like you work when you're down at Parker Energy working 9-5. Ortega with the ball out on the left wing. He swings it back to Thompson. Thompson drops it into Gomez. Gomez gets hammered. No call. The ball's deflected across the timeline. Thompson picks it up. Thompson going to walk it back across New Mexico and across the timeline. He drops it down to Ontiveros. Ontiveros back out to Ortega. Ortega to Thompson. Thompson to Blevins. Blevins looking down low. He swings it in to Ontiveros. Ontiveros with the skip pass to Thompson. Thompson's 3 is up. It rattles around. It won't go in. Loving with the rebound. That's 22, I believe. That's Benavides. Benavides kicks it over to Rodriguez, and Rodriguez will walk it across the timeline. They hand it over to the King. The King has it. He drops it in low, and it's stolen away by Ortega, deflected into the hands of Blevins. Blevins going to pull up just across the timeline. He kicks it into the corner to Thompson. Thompson throws up a mid-range that goes in nothing but the bottom of the net for Ashton the Jet. 2:45 remaining here in the first. That's a turnover on the Falcons. That's going to give the ball back to Eunice. 11-5 here, 2:41 in the first.
I'll be honest with you. If I was Blevins, I get open, I'm shooting. Because he's still hot from last game.
Yeah, he definitely has looked really good. Ortega going to come out of the game. The main man, Julius Woods, number 21, goes over to that left wing here. Thompson brings the ball in, throws it over to Woods. Woods looking down low, swings it back to Thompson. They kick it over to Blevins. Blevins thought about it, kicks it back up to Thompson. Thompson's thought about a half-court 3. Then he swings it over to Jules. Jules back to Thompson, back to Blevins. Blevins looking inside.
Our big guys need to move.
Yeah, I concur. Blevins almost has it knocked away. They swing it in to Jaquan Calhoun. His shot rattles around the rim, does like an around-the-world toilet bowl, and I didn't think he developed possession there or developed his feet down on this side. Should have been a backcourt. 2:01 remaining here in the first quarter.
The jump ball.
That was an interesting sequence of events there. Under 2 minutes to go, 1:57. It's 11-5 in favor of Eunice here early. Loving to throw the ball in on the baseline under their own basket. Eunice in the 2-3 zone, looking to match up out of it. They do. Blevins guarding the basketball over in the corner. Rodriguez throws up a 3. Julius Woods down there, blocking out down low. He skies high for the rebound, does Woods. And he gets the call there. That'll be an over-the-back call on the Falcons.
That was a very easy call on the ref.
Yeah, good job by getting position there from Woods.
Good blocking out.
That's right. He probably learned that from his daddy. 1:46 and ticking They swing it into Blevins. Blevins kips it across to Ontiveros. Ontiveros with a little step-through move. He flips it up, and that ball did everything but go in and then rattles out. 11-5 in favor of Eunice. 1:30 and ticking. Rodriguez with the ball, kicks it over to 20. That's Pena. Pena over to the King. The King shoots it from deep downtown, and it touches nothing, but Loving comes away with the rebound. Benavides with a flip-up. And then Blevins comes away with the rebound, and here he comes into the open court. He steps through. A nice move by Billy Blevins. A little step-through Euro style, lays it off the glass. That makes it 13-5 in favor of Eunice.
I like how he kept the ball high. Once he went high, he kept the ball high, and that's how he scored so easily, man. That's nice.
Blevins almost with a steal there. He deflected that ball and almost had it. Now Thompson forces a little contact and almost a steal. They kick it out here to number 2. That's the King. He throws up a shot that's no good. I keep getting the King and another one confused. It's 3. That's Ruiz. They drop it down low to Rodriguez. His shot is no good, and then he slaps it out of bounds. With 38 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, it's 13-5.
That's a fast quarter right there, I'll tell you that much.
Man, I agree. Only one foul called on each team in this quarter so far, so this quarter has kept on running. Blevins with the ball out on the right wing. He skips it back up to Thompson. Thompson to Jules. Jules back to Thompson. He dribble drives, attacks, kicks it out to Blevins. Blevins stops at the elbow, kicks it back to Woods. Woods over to Thompson. Thompson back to Woods. They drop it into Jaquan Calhoun. His shot is up and no good, but here comes Thompson with a beautiful rebound and putback, but it won't go. Under 10 seconds to go here. Eunice up 13-5. That looked like a travel. No call, and they're going to call a reaching foul on the floor on the Cardinals.
I think the reason we're missing so many soaked baskets over here, look at that goal. It looks like a little tilt down. And it makes a big difference when they roll around.
Kind of does look like it's crooked. It kind of looks like them old goals used to play on in the backyard that somebody's been hanging on and whatnot. And kind of got that little lean to it, the gangster lean.
The gangster lean.
That's right. 4.3 remaining, a deep 3. Jaquan Calhoun comes away with the rebound off the Loving three-pointer. It's no good, and at the end of the first quarter, Eunice leads 13-5.
That's a good job on the Eunice Cardinals, man, going out there and getting the ball, being aggressive at the very beginning. And I like the way Billy's playing right now, driving in goes in, keeps the ball high, and he finishes strong. And that's a very good basketball player at this given moment.
Yeah, definitely. Want to shout out to some sponsors: Redbird Gas, Bart Parker and crew, Zia Auto Shop, the Whitmire family, the City of Eunice, Cardinal Hardware, Ashley Davis, Chris Myers, Miss Ortega, and all the staff, Eunice Public Schools, Mr. Haynes, Miss Sims, Rosendo, Matt, Kenny, Miss Hahn, Mr. Gallegos, and all the staff, Eunice Health Clinic, Leanne Reeves, Brian, Nikki, Elma, Aaron, Yachty, and the gang, Eunice Pump and Supply, Becky Nogelmeyer, Brandon Matthews, and crew, Devon Energy, Jared Armstrong, Bryce Jenkins, Ryan Dean, Mr. Anales, and the gang down there as well, Parker Energy Services, Brett, and the birthday girl, Penny Parker. Thank you guys for all that you do. Looks like the horn has sounded, and we are getting ready to start quarter number 2.
I did not hear it sound, did you?
I did. It said, "Murr."
I must have been daydreaming. I do that a lot nowadays.
So Eunice to throw the ball in. Julius Woods gets it into Blevins. Blevins back to Woods, back over to Blevins, back to Woods. Woods, they're going to call a 3-second in the lane on Jaquan down low.
Come on, Jaquan. He's been out too with COVID a couple of games, so he's trying to get back in the group.
Been out, yes. So 7:51 remains here in the first half. Eunice in the lead, 13-5. Eunice in this full court pressure here. They get the ball in, a lot of pressure from the Cardinals. Loving gets the ball. He traveled.
Julius is caught.
And then Ovi Ontiveros blocks him at the rim. They kick it back out to Julius Woods. He was trying to be the official there.
Did you see him call it right away?
Yes, I did. Thompson with a little dribble drive attack. He throws it away right to 21 Rodriguez. Rodriguez is going to bring the ball across the timeline for the Falcons. 7:25 remaining in the second. Rodriguez with the basketball. He kicks it over. They kick it back to him. Rodriguez for 3, no good. Jaquan Calhoun does a good job of getting a rebound. He throws it over to Woods. Woods looking to attack. He flips it out to Blevins. Blevins on the attack. He shoots a runner, and it is a nice one. It bounces around and goes in. A running one-hander from Billy Blevins, who's found his rhythm the last 2 games.
I'm telling you, man, that kid's on fire.
5-15. Eunice leads by 10. Ashton Thompson almost had a steal, but the ball's deflected, goes out of bounds. Under 7 minutes to go. It's 5-15. Eunice in the lead by 10. Kevin Garcia going to step onto the floor. Julius Woods going to head over for a little break and grab some water.
Some Gatorade, huh?
Yep. Loving brings it in. They kick it back out top. That is number 3. That's Ruiz. He hits an NBA three-pointer with them shiny yellow shoes he's got on. I was blinded by the light. 6:44 and ticking, 8-15. Thompson wastes no time going back the other direction. His shot won't go. Ontiveros goes up for the rebound. You got one ref calling it one way, one ref calling it the other way. Now this guy up here called it the other way. Yeah, the two refs called opposite directions.
I'm just saying, why would the ball go out so fast if you're not trying to grab it? Somebody swung at it.
Yeah, it was definitely. Yeah, it was definitely. The two refs didn't look like they agreed with each other, but they're going to give it to the Cardinals. It was definitely 100% certain Eunice basketball. 6:38, Blevins to throw the ball in down low. He gets it into Garcia. Garcia to Thompson. Thompson with the dribble drive attack. He throws a shot up. It's no good. Ovi Ontiveros in there battling. He couldn't come away with it. Loving does. They get it over to Rodriguez, and Rodriguez will dribble it across New Mexico as they have a New Mexico right in the center court. Crosses half court. He swings it over to Ruiz. Ruiz looking for somewhere to go with it. Ruiz don't look like he's very old. He throws it over to 21 Rodriguez. Rodriguez throws up a 3. It's no good. Ovi Ontiveros comes away with the rebound.
The ball high.
He kicks it over, and they're going to call a foul as they're all reaching in there and swinging around Ontiveros' arm like he's a jungle gym.
I like how you said it. Ruiz don't look a little old.
He looks young. I was trying to look here. I guess I didn't include the years. A lot of times I do, but
he must be pretty good. He's out there for
yeah, and he's already knocked down a couple of long ones. But he just has that look to him of a youngster. But, I mean, yeah, he's a good player. Nice little give and go. Thompson blew the gimme layup. Ashton the Jet jetted right by that one, and maybe that crooked rim got to him. 5:50 remaining here. Eunice with the steal. That's Gomez. He's on the run out. He may dunk it. He reaches up, and he lays it in. 5:42 remaining here in the half. 8-17. I thought Gomez was going to bring down the roof and go up with two hands, but he just did a regular layup. They kick it over to Ruiz. Ruiz with a long shot. His shot is no good. Gomez in there battling for it, but he couldn't come away with it. Loving gets the rebound. They kick it back out to Ruiz again. He throws up a 3, and he sinks it. He don't care how old he looks. He's ready to step up and knock it down.
My God, he's keeping him in the game, too.
He is. It's 11-17. They get it back to Ontiveros near the top of the key. He's going to do a little spin move, takes it all the way to the rack, lays it in. Ovi Ontiveros coming out of his shell with a little spin move, crossover, reverse pivot, finger roll at the rim. It's 19-11 in favor of the Cardinals. Loving trying to push it. They throw it around the back. Garcia with the steal. He gets it to Gomez. Gomez goes up with two hands and lays it in with one. It's 21-11, Eunice in the lead, 4:40 and ticking. They get it back to Ruiz. Ruiz to Rodriguez. They cut it through to Ruiz. He throws up a shot. It rattled out, doesn't go in, but they get the rebound. And Blevins now yanks it away, so he comes away with it. He throws it up to Thompson. Thompson tries to flip it into Ontiveros. Ontiveros dropped it down to his ankles doing a double take. He lost it. Thompson, or one of them,
Gomez
Blevins
comes up with it.
knocks it away from behind. Ontiveros with a little step-through move. It don't go. Gomez with the rebound to put back, and he gets fouled, and he's going to go to the free throw line.
That mask almost came off his face. It hit him so hard.
Yeah, I agree.
A lot of activity right there.
Woo. Even I was getting tired of talking. I don't get tired of talking, and I almost got tired of talking right there.
You even got parched just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, so 4:11 remaining here in the first half. Eunice up 10. It's 11-21. The little Ruiz right out there with them bright yellow. Those look like SpongeBob shoes. And he looks like he carries a SpongeBob lunchbox to junior high lunch. But he can knock down the outside shots, I guarantee you.
He is a baller.
He's
and he ain't afraid to shoot it from anywhere on the court.
That's right. That's right.
I like that.
He's done a good job for sure.
He's keeping Loving alive.
Gomez at the line for the Cardinals, the sophomore.
Oh, lane violation on Eunice.
I saw the lane violation, but luckily they did not. Oh, now they're going to call it. No basket. They're going to wave it off. It was a lane violation. That was Thompson. He went from one position to another after the ball had already been handed to Gomez. So that'll wipe it off. It's 11-22. Loving with the basketball. They're going to throw it in. They inbound it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez being pressured by Kevin Garcia. Now Thompson and Garcia with a trap. Thompson comes away with the steal. He goes straight to the rim and got fouled. They didn't give him the call, but he laid it in with one hand right over the top of the defender.
Nice, strong layup, man.
They skipped the ball all the way to Ruiz. Ruiz says, let me Ruiz said, let me show you a Euro step, but he missed it trying to go around Ovi Ontiveros. They get it back to Garcia. Garcia flips it up off the nice pass from Thompson. It's 11-26, 3:43 remaining here in the first half. Ruiz brings it across the timeline. He drops it across over to the King. The King looking around. He says, a hunk of burning love right there at half court.
What do I do?
He's not sure where to go with it. He's, man, a nice pass from the King. That was a hunk of burning love. And they swing it out to Ruiz. He steps back for three, throws up a three, and swishes nothing but the bottom of the net from Ruiz in his SpongeBob shoes. And Coach McBee don't like it. He's tired of watching SpongeBob go deep over Patrick over a dang Krabby Patty.
Did you see him step back, find that three-pointer, and just let it go?
And right over the top of an outstretched Ovi Ontiveros arm, who had ran all the way from under the front of the rim out to try to contest the three, and he sunk it.
But my biggest concern is they had the ball at the top of the key, like everybody looked confused. All of somebody cuts behind and missed a layup. And got the rebound and kicked it back out. It's a good time out on coach kind of address those issues.
Yeah, definitely got to talk about it. 14-26 here. We're late in the second quarter. I'm not sure exactly what he's got. I never keep up with it until after the game. But that young man with them SpongeBob shoes and the SpongeBob lunchbox, he's brought his lunch today because I think he's got almost all their points.
And if he's young like we think he is, he's gonna be a doozy.
Yeah, McBee's down there ripping them a new one. I can hear him up here. They may need to play some music. That's why we started doing that in Eunice. People are like, why are you playing that loud music? Because we want to drown out some of the loud noise going on down there. 3:12. Yeah. 3:12 remaining here in the first half. 14-26. They skip it into Thompson. McBee giving them some orders here. Thompson brings it across the timeline. He swings it over to Blevins. Blevins looking for somebody to go, somewhere to go with it. He gets it to Gomez. Gomez with a nice soft little mid-range shot, and he sinks it in. Eunice up 14-28. They've doubled up the Falcons. They get it over to the King. A hunk of burning love, and I thought that was another one of those backcourts. Rodriguez with it up near the top of the key. They backdoor cut to Ruiz. Ruiz gets it over to Benavides. Benavides was looking for somewhere to go. I thought they called a travel. Then I'm pretty certain they called a foul somewhere.
On Thompson, correct?
Hey, they never put the
oh, damn, we got an appearance by 1-4.
Oh,
who is that? Is that on the roster? That's John.
That's a Jonathan Caballero right there. He's got some crazy colored shoes.
Tell the camera guy to zoom in on him.
They get it out to SpongeBob. SpongeBob looks around, thought about it, then drops it down low to a nice cutter, and he lays it in for two. It's 16-28, 2:25 remaining here in the first half.
Loving has a good half-court offense.
They kick it out to Ontiveros. Ontiveros with the dribble drive. He gets fouled. He throws up a shot. Kind of looked awkward there.
He was hit as he threw it up.
Yes, agreed.
I thought they were going to wrap him up and throw him down.
I did too. I thought Dog the Bounty Hunter came in and tried to tackle him as he was attacking the basket. But anyway, 2:18 remaining here in the first half. 16-28. Ovi Ontiveros, the senior, 23, goes to the free throw line. His first free throw slams off the back of that crooked rim that they've got there.
It does look crooked, or is it just my vision?
I think there's definitely something with that rim. It doesn't look normal. It looks like those old spoke rims we used to have off our back tire hooked to a telephone pole. He misses that second one, but on the second putback, Gomez puts it in. It's 30-16 in favor of the Cardinals. 2 minutes and 5 seconds and ticking. They bring it across. That's Rodriguez. He brings it across the timeline. Skips it over to Benavides. Benavides travels. It was the purple shoes, or maybe is that fuchsia or lavender?
I'm going to go with lavender.
I bet those things smell good.
They all got matching masks, too, with their shoes.
I like Lavender. He don't like the call. They get it into Garcia. Garcia brings it across the timeline, kicks it over to Caballero, who drops it down low to Gomez. Gomez back to Caballero, and he thought about the three. He pulls up, throws up the mid-range off the glass, and it is good. Jonathan Caballero says, give me some of that.
I'm hot too, Coach.
140 and ticking. It's 16-32. Eunice in the lead. Loving with the basketball. They throw it right to Gomez. Gomez on the run out. He jumps up and he tries to power it down, and he doesn't make it. But and everybody's laughing at him. But man, he jumped up high and said, "I'm going to dunk it." And
I mean, you can't blame him. He's trying. You can't.
Yeah, his coach ain't liking it. But those of us that announced on the radio, we thought it was entertaining.
Loved it, yeah. We're going to get some sticky gloves out there for him.
He jumped up and tried to power one home on the fast break.
It was pretty from here.
He's still taking a butt chewing down there. 127 and ticking. Sometimes those are worth a butt chewing.
With this type of lead, go for it.
Yeah.
Why not?
I concur. As a coach, I'd be chewing his butt too.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking the coach.
Yeah, coach is doing his job.
Yep, you got to chew him. But at the same time, as a player, you got to go for that dunk if you have a once in a life and you're up 16 points here in the first half. So there is a deep three by SpongeBob. That one won't go. Ovi Ontiveros comes away with the rebound.
Nice, strong rebound by Obi.
He gets it to Garcia. Garcia to Blevins. Blevins pulls up for three, and that one was a little long. And here comes SpongeBob back the other way.
Is he going to take all four of them?
He tried to. Oh, and he's rolled around. He looked like Pele for a minute. And he kicked it like off the back of his heel into the air and hit his shoulder, came down. He kicked it from the floor again. It went out of bounds.
It shows his confidence. It's 4 against 1. He still took it to the basket.
Under 1 minute to go, 16-32. Blevins with the ball at the top of the key. Over to Caballero. Caballero to Gomez. Gomez looking toward Ovi Ontiveros. He kicks it back out to Caballero. Caballero back up to Garcia. Garcia to Caballero. Shoot that ball, Caballero.
That's what I'm saying, too.
Gomez drops it in. Ovi Ontiveros with a spin move. He drops it over to Garcia. Garcia, his ball did everything but go in, and the King laid down on the floor.
And walk.
Had a hunk of burning love, and they didn't give him the walking call.
I'm telling you, that basket's cricket, dude. That's where everything's going in and out, man.
I got to think of some other good Elvis songs because the King is out there, and Ruiz really came up short on that one. Here comes Blevins back the other direction. He kicks it to Caballero. Caballero swings it to Gomez. Gomez looking for somewhere to go. He tries to drop it in, and he has it taken away.
Coach is really upset with him right now with that bad turnover right there.
5 seconds remain here in the game. Rodriguez thinking about it. They get it over to number 20. That's Pena. Pena throws up a long three, and it will not go. And at the end of the first half, Eunice leads 16-32.
A lot of activity right there. A lot of crazy shots.
Not much called the whole first half, so the clock ran and ran and ran almost as much as our players did up and down the floor.
Which is good. That's what you want, a good pace where you can set your game pace too.
And especially if you're on the cross-country team.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because that's what we were on right there. We were all running back and forth across New Mexico.
But hindsight is as much time as we ran back and forth, we did not have that many turnovers.
Yeah, it's 16-32, so we're in good shape. I'm sure that as a coach, they probably, would like to fix a few things, see some things done better. We had an attempted dunk, which is not something that you see every day in Eunice Cardinal basketball.
We've seen a few of them at the Plains tournament, remember, by two guys in front of the rim. So keep trying, guys. That's all you can do. Keep shooting.
Yeah, the one thing about it, if you make one of those, if you get it to go down, and especially when you got Charlie up here on the camera, that's a lifelong memory.
Yeah. He's going to try to copy and paste that video everywhere.
You can show that to your kids when you're old. Like, hey, look back when I was young, I went up and dunked it on Loving on the Falcons over there, even on their crooked rim.
In a district game.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta give it a shot, and that's what he did there. I want to shout out to some sponsors. Parker Energy Services, Brett and Penny, they're probably listening to us. I seen them headed for the exit earlier. Penny Parker, happy birthday. Devon Energy. Jared Armstrong, Bryce Jenkins, Ryan Dean, Mr. Anales, and all the rest of the Devon Energy crew. Thank you guys for all you do. It's cold out there. We know you're out there putting in that work, pumping that oil, and helping keep us all warm, so we appreciate you. Eunice Pump and Supply. Becky Nogelmeyer, Brandon Matthews, they live on my block. We share the alley. Watch for my cat. My cat is on the run. You can call him Puss in Boots. You can call him Mufasito. You can call him Tom. I don't care what you call him, but bring him home if you see him. We miss him. Eunice Health Clinic, Leanne Reeves, Brian, Nikki, Elma, Aaron, Yachty, and all the gang in this crazy environment that we're in right now with everybody being sick, with the cold and everything else. Those folks right there are probably the most important people in the community, so we appreciate you. The Eunice Public Schools, Dwayne Haynes, Cynthia Sims, Rosendo, Matt Kinney, Miss Hahn, Mr. Gallegos, and all the staff. Cardinal Hardware, Ashley Davis, Chris Myers, Miss Ortega, and the gang. City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, the Whitmire family, Redbird Gas, Bart Parker. One other shout out, Eunice Public Schools yesterday in their school board meeting recognized a couple of teachers and a student. You know, and I thought that was a kind of a cool deal.
Yes.
Sounded like it was a new deal that they were starting. And anyway, so pretty neat deal there. Had a couple of teachers that they recognized. And one of them I think I know. I'm not 100% sure, but I think she lives with me. She's always working and running around. You know, they sometimes call her Erica Jones, and so we appreciate her. Also, we had Miss Shelley Cole, and you know, she does such a great job down there.
She
as
does.
well.
They both do.
And so the young student, I didn't know that young man, 8th grader. Do you know that young man's name? And so I apologize. Somebody's listening wants to shoot me that name. I'll make sure to shout out to him.
I think he has an older sister, Galvan, as well. I think she's number 1 in her class.
The senior class.
Yeah, senior class.
Yeah. What is her name? Carla or
Carla,
something like
Carla
that?
Galvan.
I can't remember the young man's name that was in there.
I want to say Carlos Galvan, but I might be wrong.
Maybe. Somebody will be listening and probably light us up.
That's
here
embarrassing
in a
for
minute.
me as a school board
appreciate
member.
you. So, you know, thank you to the school for recognizing those folks. I know it means a lot to my wife, and she, you know, she's a lot more kind-hearted and nice than me. I'm kind of a hard-nosed. I don't. All them emotions and lovey-dovey stuff. She's more up there hugging people and lovey-dovey. And I think 20 years in law enforcement, working accidents and going and knocking on people's doors and telling them that your son, your daughter, your brother ain't coming home anymore. It just kind of jacks up your emotions. So I don't really have a filter. I say what's on my mind, tell you what I think. Some people like it, some people don't. My apologies if you don't. So. The Lady Cardinals with a big win here early tonight. You know, ended up winning by, 24-26. I don't even have the final score written down. I didn't write it down. I usually do.
They won pretty good, and they were hitting on all cylinders.
Yes.
Even with the girls that came in from the COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they struggled a little bit at the beginning, but they're looking very, very good right now for district play.
Yeah, and Alina Rodriguez again doing a great job.
Carlos Galvan.
Yeah, so thank you, Miss Davis, for listening. Carlos Galvan, we appreciate you for listening, and we appreciate you getting us that information. We want to make sure we recognize that young man. We appreciate the Eunice Public Schools recognizing that young man. It's always good to have great young folks.
Being seen and recognized for the hard work that he has done.
Yes.
Especially in middle school. At that age, as being a young man, it's hard to stay focused on what you're really thinking in life. And what you want to do.
And sometimes when you're doing well like that, you kind of take a little heat. You kind of get a little pick from folks
I see what you're saying.
and whatnot. So sometimes that's not the easiest thing to do is to do the right thing at the junior high level. Sometimes it's a little hard to.
Because you're going to need him in high school to pass your classes.
That's right.
if you ain't paying attention. So
we appreciate you, Carlos, and thank you, Eunice Public Schools, for recognizing that young man as well as those teachers. And so anyway, we still got 4 minutes on the clock here at halftime. It's 16-32. Eunice in the lead. Shout out to the sponsors again: Parker Energy Services, Devon Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware, the City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, Redbird Gas. A shout out again and a reminder: the Eunice Youth Sports Program is having their last youth basketball sign-ups tomorrow, 5 to 7 p.m. across the street from the Dairy Freeze at the McCaslin I always called it the McCaslin Ranch headquarters. I'm not exactly sure if that's what you call that or not. I think the address is either 1600 or 1300 Avenue O, but it's right across the street from the Dairy Freeze, that nice brick building right there. It's $15. You got to have proof of insurance, and they need coaches. So thank you for all of those interested in helping. I encourage everyone to get up there and sign up and get involved. These teams wouldn't be near as successful if they didn't play those youth sports.
I concur with you 100%. And we appreciate what McCaslin does, Ginger, with sacrificing her time and effort, and also the coaches who sign up and volunteer, because it's a lot of work. It takes a lot of time out of you, and you have to deal with some parents who are get too much into the game. And once again, it's just a youth
You've got
league.
some of them parents out there like me.
No.
I mean, we're just
hard-nosed.
Man, I'm telling you, we're a different breed, and it ain't the good breed. And so
what's that, Heinz 57?
That's right. That's right. So just some hard-headed rascal parents out there like the Joneses. But no, we really appreciate what they do. And I look at this girls program, and I look at the kids. I remember when Chloe was little going up there and watching that youth sports program. I think at the time the Thompsons and the Melansons were running it, and then eventually I think Ginger kind of took over and whatnot. There were several other people involved, but those kids were up there playing in that Eunice youth sports program and playing basketball, and pretty much this whole team playing for Eunice was doing that. I remember them doing that, with the exception, I think Caitlin Parsons is the only one that's new to the group that's moved in. Pretty much everybody else was around. They were doing that. They also did the little mascot teams that we had when those girls were, when I was coaching, and we had those groups that.
A halftime show.
Yes. And so a whole bunch of these high school varsity girls were involved in those things. And then Marty Rodriguez took that group that we had that were mascots, and he took them and said, hey, I want to go, and we're going to go play some tournaments. We added, a few kids here and there, and Marty eventually took off with that group and has continued to take them and play. Alina has expanded from that and started playing some travel ball in West Texas. I know that she has got a ton of AAU basketball coaches across the country that have been reaching out to them, interested in her coming to play for them. And so that's what it takes. And, you've got to have one or two of those level kids that play basketball in order to have that high level success. You can have the majority of your kids be multiple sport athletes, and I'm all for it. My kid does. But you've got to have one or two of those kids that
they're just focused on that. Like Billy Blevins, he's one of those kids.
Yes.
Just focus on basketball, and my due respect, you can see it on the court because he's full stride right now.
Well, 6 threes in the last game.
Yeah, and the other thing is some players are still trying to get in the groove, and Billy's already there.
Yes.
He's just an outlaw out there, man, taking names, and he's like Billy the Kid.
Yeah.
I mean,
Billy the Kid Blevins. That may be his new nickname. I'm going to have to change my little announcing for the home game.
BKB, huh?
Yep, Billy the Kid Blevins. The outlaw.
I'm telling you, he just.
Anyway, so we're getting ready here to start the second half. It's 16-32 as we move into this third quarter. This third quarter is brought to you by Zia Auto Shop and the Whitmire family. We appreciate all that you do to make these broadcasts possible. Loving inbounds the ball. They bring it across the timeline. That's Rodriguez. He swings it over. It ends up in the corner of the King, Elvis. He's feeling the jailhouse rock over there. They kick it over to Ruiz. Ruiz back to Rodriguez. He pulls up for three and sinks nothing but the bottom of the net. That makes it 19-32 early here in the second half. Thompson brings it across the half court. Kicks it over to Ortega. Ortega back to Thompson. Thompson looking for somewhere to go. He gives it to Blevins. Blevins flips it down low to Ortega. Ortega kicks it out over here to Gomez. Gomez with a runner off the glass, and a nice move by Gomez.
Got to make up for that dunk, he said.
19-34, 7-11, like a big gulp and a Slurpee left on the clock. They swing it over to the King. A hunk of burning love, jailhouse rock. Over to Ruiz in the SpongeBob shoes. He kicks it up to Rodriguez, back to the King. The King from downtown, it won't go. Thompson comes away with the long rebound. He's got Ruiz chasing him, and Squidworth knocked that ball right out from the backside of Thompson. Fortunately for the Cardinals, it'll stay in possession of Eunice.
Fortunately, and he had a good opening play up there too. Good job on Reese coming back and knocking that ball out of his hands.
6:53 in the third, 19-34. Blevins to inbound the ball. He drops it into Ontiveros. Ontiveros kicks it out to Thompson. Thompson for three, it won't go. Gomez and Ontiveros battling. Ontiveros had the rebound for just a half second, and then he had it taken away by number 20. That's Devin Pena. Pena just going to dribble across the timeline, and he chunks up a shot from way deep and sinks it in. Loving's come out with a purpose. It's 22-34. They drop it into Ontiveros. Ontiveros with a step through, and they push him as he's going up. He's got two hands on the back of Ontiveros. Looked like he was trying to give him a massage. So anyway, Ontiveros looks like, they're going to give it to him on the baseline.
I thought he's lining up to shoot free throws.
Especially where Ontiveros went, which I guess that's just the inbounds play. They swing it in straight to SpongeBob. He gets the steal, and now he kicks out the long one. They throw it back in on the save. Blevins comes away with it. He gets it to Gomez.
Nice
Gomez
pass
to Thompson. Thompson with a nice finish, good pass, nice ball movement.
You see how that ball just went in another basket? It would not gone in.
Yes. Yeah, that other basket's a little crooked. Nice defense there by Thompson.
He grabs his ankle.
SpongeBob reaches out and grabs a hold of the ankle of Thompson and hangs on to it. Almost looked like a football, like shoestring tackle is what they call those.
But it was a good trap by Caballero and Thompson getting there.
Yes.
He was not expecting it because it was like a delayed trap or something. It worked.
Caballero come up playing defense. He looked like his daddy at a school board meeting right there. 6:03 remaining here in the third. Thompson brings the ball across the timeline. Ontiveros pops up in the center. They give it to him. He fakes the handoff, then hands off to Blevins. They give it back to Ontiveros. Ontiveros over to Gomez. Gomez with the dribble drive. He goes to the rack. His shot rattles around, won't go. Thompson comes away with the rebound on the deflection. Blevins with it at the top of the key. He looks around, swings it back to Ontiveros. Ontiveros gets hammered, but they no call. They get it out to Thompson. Thompson's three goes up. It is no good, and the King jumps up for a hunk of burning jailhouse rock, comes away with the rebound. Rodriguez to the timeline. He gets double-teamed. They swing it down to SpongeBob. His shot is up, and Squidworth off the rim. 5:20 remaining in the third, 22-36. Thompson over to Blevins. Blevins for three.
Money.
Blevins' three looked like it was straight on, but
it
just
was just
a
a little
hair
hard.
long.
Yep. Look at this delayed trap they have right here.
It's a pretty good little trap there. It's throwing them off.
Walk.
Oh, and there's a walk on Ruiz. And Eunice's coach McBee's going to take a timeout here with 5 minutes remaining in the third. It's 22-36. Eunice in the lead. Timeout, Eunice. This timeout is brought to you by the Eunice Public Schools. If you talk too much in class, you'll probably get put in timeout at the Eunice Public Schools.
Which is a good thing because you got to go to school and learn.
That's right. That's right.
Not to chase girlfriends, but to learn.
Interrupting all them other folks that are up there trying to
Get
learn them something.
So the score is 22-36. The third quarter, huh?
Yes, it is.
It is cold, Jones.
Man, they've got this fan. So when I was building my house, I did a little research because I was trying to find some big fans, and there's a company called The Big, and it's the A word with 2 letters at the end. And that's what this, if you look at that fan, it says that on it. It is a big booty fan. Booty, I think, is a good word that we can say on the air.
Booty.
It's a big booty fan, and when they turn that thing on, it creates a small hurricane in here. So, and they got both of them
Both
running.
of them on full blast, too.
So Eunice with the ball, running that half-court offense. Caballero over to Thompson. Thompson with the dribble drive. He floats that ball over to Caballero. Caballero steps through, does a nice little move, throws up a floater. It doesn't go. Loving with the basketball. Here they come the other direction. 4:30 and counting. Rodriguez with the ball. Eunice trying to tie him up. They drop it in. They swing it across to Ruiz. Ruiz kicks it back to Rodriguez, and his three is no good. Thompson
chases down the rebound.
Here comes the Jet. He's got the afterburners on. He gets it to Gomez. Gomez.
This is blocked.
Yeah, that was 21. That was Rodriguez. Tried to block him.
Must have got him with the body.
So that'll send Gomez to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
This is a big gym, and it is quiet right now in here.
I mean, look at that home side. With the exception of the student section, it's almost empty.
There was a lot more girls. I mean, a lot more people here for the girls' game, huh?
Yeah, for sure. Their girls' team has had some success this year, and there's something about success that even though, like I said, they've played about half their games have been JV teams, but they have a good record, and so they had a good crowd here for that girls' game. Gomez makes that one. That makes it 37-22. They throw it right to Thompson. Thompson with the steal and the lay-in. He gets 2 more. Here comes Loving back the other direction. They get it to the King. He steps through, goes to the basket. He wanted a foul. He didn't get it. Gomez with the rebound. Then they throw it away. And then Gomez says, "Not in my house. Get that out of here."
He had to make up for that right there because he threw it right to the offensive player, and he stayed back. You know what? I'll get a block out of it. A rebound in the block in the one play.
So that'll give the ball back over to Loving on the baseline. They get it into Rodriguez. Rodriguez dribbles, kicks it out to Ruiz. Ruiz thinks about it. SpongeBob tells him it's not a good decision. They kick it out to number 1. That's Cueto. Not to be confused with the Eunice Cuetos. They kick it out to the Hunka Burning Love, and he misses the long 3. Then they throw it right to Loving. Loving misses the putback. Loving with the ball again. They kick it out to a Hunka. He throws it over to Ruiz. Ruiz with the step back. He chunks it up. It is no good. And who comes away with that rebound?
That's old 6-footer Caballero.
The Caballero. They kick it out to Thompson. Thompson dribble drive, one-hander, swishes it through, and they break the 40 mark. That's 41 points for the Cardinals to 22.
Oh, come on. Don't call that foul.
They're going to call Blevins for the reach there.
He was out of control. 2 was King was out of control.
He had like a jailhouse rock breakout going as he was headed the other direction.
He's doing that Forrest Gump move, huh?
James King. So here comes a little step back move. No good, but look who gets the rebound. SpongeBob Ruiz. Nice block there by Gomez. Man, that shot, oh my goodness. He shot that one from behind the basket over the top like Larry Bird.
Who would have made that was at Kobe.
Thompson comes through, shoots a 3. It's no good. He gets his own rebound, drops it off to Calhoun. Calhoun blows the gimme. And then what in the world was that? So Eunice will have the ball into their basket on the baseline. Blevins to throw it in. They flip it high to Gomez. Gomez with the turnaround one-hander. He drops it in. 43-22, Eunice in the lead. Full court pressure from the Cardinals.
Oh, he walked.
Man, I'm not even sure what that was. That was like a Euro step pass. They kick it out to the King. His shot is no good. Jaquan Calhoun comes down with it. Jake Wellen on the run out. He gives it to Thompson. Thompson's runner won't go. Billy Blevins says, "Give me that."
Nice, strong rebound and went right back up with it.
My nickname for him in my intro at the games have been Billy, "Give me that." Blevins, and he jumped up and said, "Give me that" on that one right there.
What I like about Billy, he has good fundamentals in basketball. He keeps the ball high when the ball's high.
Seems to have a good attitude and everything out there on the court as well.
He's a quiet young man.
Yeah. I don't know why, but they sometimes associate quiet with having a good attitude. That's why nobody ever said I had a good attitude. Blevins makes that free throw with 2:14 remaining.
He'll be here all night, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be here all night.
It is 22-44. Blevins back to the free throw line, the sophomore. He buries that one. It's 22-45 after 2 free throws from Billy Blevins. Here goes Rodriguez. Blevins playing defense. Hey, they got Marcus Tercero in the game.
Marcus and Woods is in the game.
And Woods. So they throw up a three-pointer. It rattles around. It won't go. Eunice down there battling. Woods comes away with the rebound. He gets it to Blevins. Blevins on the run out. He stops, thinks about a 3, then attacks the basket, has his shot blocked, wanted a foul. They didn't give him the call. Here comes the...
That should be a charge.
What is he calling? He don't know. He's calling a block foul on Tercero.
I thought he was pulling his pants up for a second.
I wasn't sure what was happening.
This is a tough call because he was running back and forth with the man. I mean, I couldn't do that right now.
Did he just signal to give the guy the bucket?
The ball didn't even go in.
He signaled to give him the bucket, so they put 2 points up on the board.
But he wasn't. Okay.
I'd have to go back and look at that one again, but that threw me for all kinds of loops right there.
He didn't make the bat.
I didn't think he did either. They were all laying on the ground. But he gave him the and one. He gave him an and one, and I don't think there was a one, but they gave it to him. Or there wasn't a two to give him the and. Anyway, here comes Eunice back the other direction. That's Blevins. He throws it over to Tesoro. Tesoro drops it to Woods. Woods with the dribble drive. He's going to cross over. He crosses him back, kicks it over to Blevins. Blevins thinks about the three, then kicks it out back out to Woods.
If I was Woods, shoot that, Woods, shoot that.
Now they're going to go. Woods. Woods said, let me show you something. Put the whoop-de-doo on him.
So Magic Johnson and Tesoro gets a rebound off that.
Marcus Tesoro with the rebound back to Woods. He drops it off to Jay Quellen. Jay Quellen for three, it won't go, but Gomez stretches up high for the rebound and the putback. That makes it 47-24 in favor of the Cardinals. 54 seconds remaining in the third. Eunice up, 24-47. They swing it down low all the way. Jay Quellen comes running in.
Good recovery.
And slaps that ball out of bounds, saving
Good
Eunice
recovery.
from 2 points right there.
Very good job. How do we recover on that defense?
That was number 45, Bryson Morales, that was down trying to finish right under the basket.
Morales.
So they throw it into SpongeBob. He pulls the trigger from
He'll shoot.
way out there.
I like that.
He's got no fear.
No fear at all.
He's shot it from halfway between half court and the top of the key. Didn't go. Eunice with the basketball. Up 24-47. Marcus Tercero looking.
Shoot that.
He swings it over to Woods. Woods drops it down low to Jay Quellen. Jay Quellen has it taken away. They dribble off a foot. There's a scramble at half court. They throw it over to Rodriguez. I'm sorry, that's Morales.
Morales back to 20.
Throw up a shot. It's no good. Jay Quellen with the rebound. Everybody was counting 3, 2, 1. We had our own team confused. And there is a slam. Dun, 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 and they call the foul. So that'll send Jay Quellen. Jay Quellen. Oh, I thought Jay Quellen was going to get to go shoot a couple.
Yeah, he was too, but I guess not.
They called it on the floor. Julius Woods to inbound. They get it over to Blevins. Blevins thought about it. Now he's going to attack through the middle. He throws up a floater, and he gets hammered. That's Bryson, or it might be Bison, because that was like a buffalo charge that he hit him with right there. Blevins going to go to the free throw line. Bryson the Bison Morales leveled Blevins as he was going up. 5.4 remaining in the third. It's 24-47. Blevins, Billy the Kid Blevins, give me that. The Outlaw. He's going to have more nicknames than.
I'm telling you, as long as he keeps playing like he is, he can have any nickname he wants.
Yep. So he steps back to the free throw line after making the first one. His second one is up, and it swishes through nothing but the bottom of the net. They kick it in quickly to Rodriguez. Rodriguez dribbling up the right side, and they're going to call Blevins for a foul running up the floor there.
I thought you could run up the floor.
I did too, but apparently, a foul was thrown. There was a three-pointer was thrown up at the buzzer. There was no call here. They're out there discussing it.
Like, was that your call or my call?
Was that mine? Did I miss that or did you miss that? All right, well, we missed it.
Oh, well.
24-49 at the end of the third quarter. Eunice is up. They've pretty much doubled up the score here on the Loving Falcons. Shout out to some sponsors: Redbird Gas, Zia Auto, the City of Eunice, Cardinal Hardware, Eunice Public Schools, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Pump and Supply, Devon Energy, and Parker Energy Services.
What I like about this, when they have a big lead like this, I think coaches tell them, hey, you know what, slow the game down, run your offense. Keep the turnovers down. And another thing I like about it, people that don't get to play that much get to go in and kind of brushing up their skills, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, get some time for sure.
And on the Loving side, they keep shooting, man.
Oh, yeah.
And we need to cut back on their rebounds. They're getting too many rebounds that last quarter.
And they're excited. I mean, they're excited about this tail kicking that they're getting. They were like barking in the huddle right there, did you hear them?
Yeah,
they're excited. They're enjoying it. It's under. So here we go to start the fourth quarter. 24-49. They get it into Woods. Woods back to Jay Quellen. Jay Quellen pulls up with the left-handed mid-range and drops it in. Jaquan Calhoun. A lot of pressure here from the Cardinals. They get it across to Ruiz. Ruiz tries a Euro. Julius Woods comes in and says, "You're not going to Euro in my SpongeBob house."
I got you, he said. I got you.
And so he knocks him to the floor. That'll send Ruiz to the free throw line.
I like Julius. He'll bump you down. He'll pick you back up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he helped him up.
You're a good kid. With that crazy hair.
Yeah. There was a group of kids, and I talked about this the other day, that went to the movies the other night. And my kid was with them, and I decided I was going to be that crazy parent to go check on them. So in the middle of the night, I pulled up. I was, kind of sneaking through the parking lot over there in my vehicle, easing up that way. And Jules and another one on the team was out there messing with Billy Blevin's truck. They were like flipping his windshield wipers over backwards and his mirrors. And as right about the time they were getting it done, they looked up and saw me coming through the parking lot, and they were like, oh, hell. So they went over there all slow and fixed them all back. So anyway, kind of entertaining. Jules a good kid. So here comes Eunice back the other way.
Ooh,
it's
Marcus breaking
25-51. Marcus Trocero looking like white chocolate. What was White Chocolate's name?
Williams.
Jason
Williams.
Williamson. Jason Williams.
Jason Williams.
Yeah. That Marcus Trocero making like white chocolate there. Drove through the lane, a little Euro step, looking the other direction. Dropped it off to Jaquan Calhoun. Calhoun got fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. His first free throw rattles off the rim, off the back of the rim, off the backboard, off the front of the rim, and rolls out.
And nothing.
Multiple
I like his
subs.
shoes.
Oh, yeah, he does have some
That
cool
traditional red and white.
Yep. Kids don't like those things nowadays.
Traditional?
Yeah, I was trying to get my kids, but they didn't really want that. They wanted like SpongeBob shoes over there. Nice rebound by Gomez. Calhoun misses the second. They kick it over.
Julius?
Calhoun says, I will. He pulls back, shoots the three. It rattles, won't go in. Elvis, the pelvis Presley, comes away the king. James King with that rebound.
Oh, go to the ball.
I'm not sure what's happening there, but we get it out to Ortega. Jules throws it ahead. Ortega with the run-out layup, 53-25. Loving coming back the other direction.
He walked.
Oop. I'm not sure. Nope, it didn't go. Jaquan with the rebound. He put the brakes on, did a little crossover, kicks it over to Woods. Woods driving through. He throws up a running one-hander. It won't go. The King comes away with the rebound. That's James King on the run out. He's going to head right through there. He double clutched it.
You see that? He tried Jordan-like, huh?
Man, he looked like he was double clutching Priscilla in Memphis. But he blew the layup. 6:43 remaining in the game. 25-53.
And 20 has fouled out for 11.
Oh, wow. That's Devin Pena.
No, I guess not.
He fouled out, and now he didn't foul out.
No,
they're honking the horn,
1-1.
saying it's 1-1, and I guess the young man thought they were saying he fouled out. So, and the refs too.
And I guess me too, huh?
Yeah.
Who's screaming out there?
I don't, man. That's one thing about this headsets is you can't really hear what everybody else is saying. I guess they can probably hear us. I always think of like when I was a kid and I'd put like my Walkman back in the day, and you turn it on and somebody'd say something to you and you were talking so loud, everybody in the place.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I feel like that's how I am when I have these on.
You ever hit across the head by your mom?
I've been talking to you for 20 minutes, boy.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. She had a good right hook.
You never know, she still might have
But
it.
she probably does. So that free throw is missed by Gomez, but Calhoun comes away with a nice rebound. He misses the putback. Gomez comes away with the rebound and misses that putback.
We got to make those guys.
And here comes Loving back the other way. They get it over to the King. That's James King. He throws up a runner. It won't go.
Over the
They're
back.
going to call Jaquan Calhoun 4 over the back. Ovion Taveros been on the bench a long time right under these big booty fans. He's going to get a chance to go back in. Sometimes after you've been out there playing a while and you set for a long time, then you go back out, you get a little stiff.
They're young. They'll warm up real quick.
So here goes a shot that's up, and it is no good. Going to be knocked out of bounds clearly by the young man in white, but they're going to give it. That's some of that sympathy call there. They give it to Loving. Loving gets the ball in bounds. Rodriguez drops it into the King. The King throws up a fall away off the glass, doesn't touch any rim.
Wow, that's the third position, stays on this side of the court.
Yeah. Jump ball possession arrow going to Loving. Loving to throw the ball in on the baseline. They get it into Rodriguez. Rodriguez over to the side.
And the King gets it out of bounds.
Man, the King dove through, grabbed it, slid out of bounds. And Eunice with the basketball. Tercero over to Ortega. Ortega back to Tercero. Tercero looking. He gets it over to Jaquan. Jaquan looking down low for Ontiveros. Ontiveros relocates. Jaquan throws it to the white team. They get it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez goes behind the back, and he's going to throw up a three, and he sinks it. That'll be one of those that'll be playing on his Instagram or whatever else they play those things on. Because he just stepped back, crisscross between the legs, shot the three. Tercero gets it to Ontiveros. Ontiveros with a nice pass to Jay Quellen. Jay Quellen drops it off the glass for two.
That was the easy two for Obi. He's like, here you go, man.
So 5:20 remaining here. Rodriguez with another three, and he sinks that one too.
I smell a comeback, Coach.
5:15 remaining, 5:12 now on the clock. It's 31-55. Coach McBee not liking what he's seeing on the defensive end.
We're kind of relaxed a little bit, and we have different personnel in there right now, so we're kind of confused who's carrying what's your responsibility. And once again, we go back to that chemistry of being consistently playing together or knowing what the other one's going to do.
Man, it is a flat-out hurricane right here where we're sitting. You know, Charlie looks like the abominable snowman. He don't ever wear a mask, but he's got his mask pulled up to his eyeballs.
His jacket's on, zipped up to the top.
His jacket, his collar's flipped up. He's got his head tucked down between his shoulder blades. His hands in his pockets.
He looked like the camera guy at the Green Bay game, huh?
Racindo's sitting beside me. He's got his hands in both his pockets.
It's just like, wow.
Legs crossed. Looks like he's wearing a skirt. You don't want anybody looking up at or something.
I want some coffee. That's what I want.
It's cold, and it is windy up here because the big booty fan above us is creating a typhoon.
But why would you? I'm confused. Why would you have it on? It's cold.
Man, I don't. I mean, you got a full-blown winter weather advisory outside, and we've got these big booty fans going full blast.
I wonder if it's wired direct to the lights.
I don't know. I think it's just like, here, we'll freeze all these Eunice people out of here. All right, Blevins pulls up. He throws up a three. It's no good. Rodriguez comes away with the rebound for Loving. Here they come the other way. Loving trying to maybe claw their way back into this ball game. Got a long ways to go. Julius Woods with a nice steal. He gets that from his daddy. Here he comes across half court. Oh, my goodness.
He's been doing that the last 4 quarters. Last 8 quarters he's been playing.
Yeah, they called a carry. I didn't even know they called that anymore. I thought that stuff quit being called in the 70s. But anyway, and that's the 1970s. They throw it to the King. The King gets it over to Rodriguez, who's had the hot hand here this half.
Wasn't that a carry?
I was going to say, he just did the exact same thing. People in today's basketball game, that's what they do. I did the same thing, and people scream carry at me all the time. But, I mean,
it was illegal back then, not nowadays.
You've almost got to call it. See, I wasn't allowed back in them 70s. No, well, yeah, I guess I was allowed for a couple of them years, but I was just a baby, a wee dribbler.
A wee dribbler?
I was a little dribbler back then. But they get it to Ontiveros. Ontiveros to Blevins. Blevins for three, and he sinks another three. Blevins continues to be on fire.
Telling you, man, he's an assassin, dude.
31-58. Now he's the assassin. He's an outlaw. He's an assassin. He's Billy the Kid.
He's money. That's what he is.
Gimme that, and he's money.
I'm telling you, bro.
A foul called against the Cardinals here. It's called on the floor. I can't.
Billy raised his hand and so did Obi. So who they give it to?
I'm not sure. So they throw it in. They get it back to Ruiz. Ruiz over to Benavides. Benavides has the ball taken away by the Jet. Ashton Thompson. He got grabbed by the arm. Oh, my goodness. Ovi Ontiveros comes in. I thought he was going to dunk the putback. I think he was, too. He got some contact with the body as he went up trying to slam the putback home.
And the crowd starts to get into it as the kid shoots a deep three and misses it. But they get their own rebound and put it back in. Yeah, Loving with the rebound and the putback as the two student sections basically are girls versus the Loving student section. It's 33-58, 3:17 in the game. Thompson with a runner that won't go. Rodriguez comes away with the rebound for Loving. 33-58.
He brings it across the timeline, kicks it over to SpongeBob. SpongeBob's shot's no good.
Get him off his back, Rev.
There's a battle for the rebound. Ovi Ontiveros threw on a saddle. Looked like he had Gary Deck sitting on his back, but that was the king. And anyway. And,
he does look like Gary Deck.
He kind of did. He was up like on his back, legs going everywhere, but there was no call. And, so anyway, there's a timeout on the floor. Looks like Loving's going to call a timeout. They need to get Deck some spurs. And so 33-58.
Hope he ain't listening, huh?
We try to make it fun. Shoot, I'll send it to him here in a minute. Man, you know that man played junior college basketball at NMJC. And when he was playing at NMJC, you know, there's a lot of Cowboys that go to NMJC, right, and they have the rodeo team and all that. They had a little section up in the corner that had a big sign that said Gary's Deck. Because his name's Gary Deck. And they had a section up there that was all the Cowboys and the rodeo people, and they all cheered, like, for him to get on the court. And every time he'd get in, the rodeo section go, Gary's Deck, man. They'd go crazy up there. And anyway, pretty neat guy.
Yeah, he is unique.
Gary's a pretty neat guy, and so and when he's on a horse, he looks like that kid looked on Ovi's back a while ago. So and that was the King on there, Gary the Deck King, or James King. There
you go.
So here they go. Loving inbounds the ball. They get it over to Rodriguez. He's wanting to pull the trigger. He gets it to Ruiz. Ruiz with a step back. They kick it over to Benavides. Benavides back to Ruiz. Ruiz with a runner in the paint in traffic. He's the shortest guy on the court, and in traffic, he lays it in and gets two. 35-58. Eunice looking a little excited. They're playing Loving Falcon basketball right now, and there is a jump ball. Fortunately for the Cardinals, the arrow goes to Eunice.
We just need to slow down and keep playing our game.
Once again, a shout out and a reminder, the Eunice Youth Sports Program is having their last day of sign-ups tomorrow, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the McCaslin Ranch little brick building right there across the street from Dairy Freeze. Bring your insurance. If you want to coach, get in there and get involved. Billy Blevins gets two more as I'm talking about Eunice Sports. It's 35-60 with 2:20 remaining. I stuttered there for a minute.
And Loving just threw the ball away as he was thinking that man was going to cut towards the basket, and he stopped. So Reese threw the ball away.
Gomez comes in. Jaquan Calhoun will step off. Loving in the full court pressure. They get it to the Jet. Ashton Thompson. Ashton looking for somewhere to go with it. SpongeBob reaches up and grabs him like Squidward.
Looked like he slipped. He just tried to grab him, huh?
Yep.
I mean, he broke his ankles.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
What happened. Should be
I don't know
right?
if you can break ankles in them shoes. Them's good shoes right there. There ain't no way you break them.
What are they? Nikes, Reeboks,
Adidas? Honestly, the reason I'm calling him SpongeBob, I think those are those Nike SpongeBob. They're like Kyrie's, and I think they're SpongeBob shoes. They got little pictures of SpongeBob on them. I'm almost certain.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. That's why I'm calling him SpongeBob and Squidward. I think that's all over his shoes.
I think we ought to get the camera guy so he can zoom in on that.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain that those are.
He made that shot, and the guy just rebounded and threw it back in bounds, and no whistle was blown anywhere.
And they were going to fast break to Squidward, who's standing over here talking to the coach.
You know, if he gets the ball, he's going to stop and shoot a three, right?
I don't blame him. So Thompson rattles that second free throw in. Oh, and then Gomez comes away with the steal and lays it in. It's 64-35, 2 minutes to go in this ball game. Ruiz fakes the three, attacks the basket, doesn't get it. Ovi Ontiveros with the rebound, kicks it out to Thompson. Thompson's going to pull it out. No, he ain't. He kicks it over to Blevins. Blevins for three. It goes no good. And the rebound and put back by Ontiveros is no good. And then Gomez with a rebound and put back, and he gets fouled. The shot's no good, but he'll go to the free throw line.
If Gomez, which I think he will, he gets a little bit more weight on, it goes up a little bit stronger every time, those will all be N1s. You know that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, these youngsters on this team, and you've got quite a few of them out there right now, Gomez, Blevins, Thompson, and Garcia. Those are all freshmen and sophomores. And, the only upperclassmen out there with them right now is Ovi Ontiveros. I mean, the future looks bright for these Cardinals.
The same way for the Lady Cardinals. They look very bright, too.
Yeah, agreed. I don't know what grade she's in, but somebody was telling me that Ashton Thompson's little sister is either in the 7th or 8th grade, Kiara, that she's like a really good basketball player, too. Oh, my gosh, a hunk of burning love. Gary Deck, a.k.a. James King, just double clutched it, rocked the cradle, threw it up on the reverse layup.
And Gomez just got fouled on the inbounds play.
Yeah, so, the Loving coach is, he's coaching his little buns off over there. He's probably freezing them off under this fan, but he's coaching them off because, it's 37-65, and he's still jumping around, pumping his fist, screaming and hollering at his kids and at the refs. He's excited.
That's what you want from a coach. Even though they're losing, he still has that coaching part of it.
Yeah.
That coaching and teaching the players never to give up. First of all, just go through the fundamentals at this point.
So that first free throw is up and no good by Gomez. He goes back to the line. That second free throw rattles in and goes in. 129. It's 66-37. Eunice in the lead.
Takes him forever to start
swing
that
it all the way over to the scoreboard to give it to the scorer's table. They wanted Eunice to get another shot at it here. 1:21 remaining in the game. 37-66. Blevins floats it down to Ontiveros. He kicks it out to Gomez. Gomez to Blevins. Blevins for three. It won't go. Ontiveros battling for the rebound. He gets it and it's tied up. Possession arrow, Loving.
1:15 left in the game. 66-37, Eunice favor. Oh, nice block by Gomez.
Eunice trying to get the steal. They're playing that tenacious defense.
Is he going to call a foul?
Oh, they're going to call Gomez for sitting on the back of Rodriguez, and I don't think he had much choice. He was going for a steal, and Rodriguez rolled up under him, and then they called Gomez for sitting on him.
If anything, he was protecting his ankles.
No.
He said 1-1.
I'm not sure about that, but anyway, so they're going to say it's a 1-1. That'll send Rodriguez over to the free throw line. I don't know about that call. I don't know about that being a 1-1. I'm not sure about that one. I guess when it's 37-66 and you're playing at their place, it's a 1-1.
1-1.
Gomez with the rebound. He kicks it over to Garcia. Garcia on the fast, high-speed run-out. Kicks it over to Blevins.
Ooh.
Blevins.
Little man got...
Blevins gets blocked by...
Reese.
By Ruiz with the SpongeBob shoes.
And the Loving faithful goes crazy.
They're going crazy. I saw Chloe Jones pointing at the scoreboard. She's defending Blevins.
Jones the instigator?
I think so. They throw the ball away. That was Julius Woods. Eunice heads the other way, but Jaquan Calhoun comes away with the steal. He puts a little
he's pushed from behind.
Left-handed. Oh, and then he pulls up and he says, "Give me that." He hits the running left-hander. 68-37, 40 seconds to go here in the game. It's crazy because the crowd just got nuts over the last couple minutes, and then we're going to call a foul here on Ortega.
Let's just stop the clock a little bit longer, guys. I'm trying to beat traffic home.
So 34 seconds to go in the game. It's 37-68.
And this is another district game, right? What are they saying? Start the bus?
Start their car, I think, is what they're saying. So they're all mad over there. I'm not sure. They missed the first free throw. Ortega comes away with the rebound. He gets hammered. No call. He drops it down to Calhoun. Calhoun back to Ortega. Ortega for three. It won't go. Eunice in there battling for the rebound, but Benavidez comes away with it for Loving. Loving across the timeline. They kick it to SpongeBob. SpongeBob with a nice crossover.
Oh, another one.
Another one, but he's gonna have it taken away, and then he knocks it out of bounds. Like I said, that little fella, he looks young to me, but he's a ball player. He is a ball. I'll give him credit.
We'll see him next year. He's gonna be.
What the heck? What the heck? They just oh look, and they do it again.
Julius didn't appreciate them grabbing his belly like that.
Man, they reached around and grabbed a handful of belly and his shirt and almost stripped him. And there was no call. And the
Julius you got to pay for this.
Wow. I'm not sure I get that.
They're letting him play, I guess.
What?
7 more seconds, so who knows?
I don't understand with 7 seconds down by 31 why you'd be fouling to stop the clock out there.
And if you're going to foul, don't foul that hard.
I mean, he's like reaching and like hugging him. I mean, he looked like
I don't know.
I don't even know. I can't even say that stuff.
It looked like an MMA move, huh?
Yeah.
And Julius missed that one barely. I thought he would get on the board tonight. Come on, Julius.
I mean, he was like hugging him from behind, like both hands. He had like 2 handfuls of Julius.
Just like, get off me.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, fool?
Well, you might need to file a police report on that one. Anyway, Jules misses both free throws, and here comes Loving back the other direction. The King attacks the basket. He throws up a running reverse. It is no good. Jaquan Calhoun comes down with the rebound, and at the final buzzer, the final score, 37-68, Eunice with the win. 2 good wins here from your Eunice varsity teams. The girls with the big win, the boys with the big win, both district games.
Yes, yes. Both came home with a good victory, and they both performed well. Nobody got hurt. And it looks like they're playing very well out there right now.
Shout out to the sponsors, Parker Energy Services, Devon Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware, the City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, and Redbird Gas. Thank you guys for all that you do. I'm going to call it good. We'll be back on the air Friday night in Eunice. Eunice versus Jal, the rivalry game. Should be a good one. It's a district matchup.
Get there early for a good seat, man.
Man, absolutely. Let's pack that gym. Come down, support the Cardinals. That's all I got. For the Noel Mark Broadcast Network, I'm Jimmy Jones alongside Rosendo Caballero and Charlie Fairbrush. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We appreciate you. And thank you to our sponsors. Good night, everyone.
Good night.